We might make it a red food
Well,
night.
at least the kids are outside and they're not causing trouble. At least, you know.
That's right. They're having a good old time, and really, I mean, they're not destroying nothing. Well, mostly not
Well,
destroying
I
nothing.
mean, it's kind of funny that that video is. It brings back memories for me because I actually used to entertain people standing in line for movie theaters in Rockville by doing breakdance fights with other breakdance crews in Rockville, Maryland. It was very cool in the 80s. It was kind of the hip thing to do.
The '80s, man. What was the '80s? What was I in the '80s? Oh, the damn
Well,
military.
thank God I wasn't legally able to drink in the 80s. Otherwise, I would remember half of it. But the 90s, when I was legal to drink, that's when college happened. And I don't really remember much what happened there, except that
I
I have this
was, I
piece of
was,
paper on the
I
wall.
was sailing around the world, going to foreign ports that I
Hmm.
don't even remember what they look like today. Um, a friend of mine asked me just this the other day. He said, "John, I know when you were in the Navy, you went to a lot of different ports." I said, "Yeah." I said, "But honestly, man, I really couldn't tell you what they look at because when you're on Westpac, it's different than being on Atlantic. Atlantic, you got a whole different. You get Europe to choose from. You get a lot of different stuff to choose from. Westpac's a little different. I mean, look,
84, Heidi.
it's just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean the Pacific is a lot bigger of a territory as well. So I mean I can imagine the main ports we went to were like Hawaii, Alaska, San Diego, maybe
Yeah,
somewhere
I
up in
mean,
Seattle, somewhere around there.
yeah, but you don't really get. They don't let you go into California unless you're getting work done on a ship, and they really don't let you go in Hawaii unless you're getting work done on the ship. I
Yeah,
mean, dude, we sailed by Hawaii 2 or 3 times. I can't even remember. It was pissing the whole crew off at one point. I mean, dude, you just go sailing by. Hey, it's Hawaii. So go sailing by there. So hey, it's Hawaii. Oh,
we're
there's.
just picking up stuff and dropping off stuff, and that's
We
it.
weren't
We'll
even
be
done with just on patrol. We weren't even doing any of that. We were just patrolling along. Because we go out on 90-day patrols and just not stop anywhere, not do anything, just cruising along. You hear the engine. Like,
so. But
kind
did
of
you ever
starts.
go to Japan on that boat? You know, I bet you didn't go that far.
They, actually, I think it did go. We didn't go to Japan. Not when I was on board, we did, but I think it did go to Japan.
Every once in a while for a special occasion. I mean, I'll bet
If
maybe
if,
the
if, it,
furthest west one was
if it
probably
was
Guam.
no, if it was in the Pacific, we went to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Uh, I,
Guam is in the Pacific.
yeah, no, we went to Guam, but I think they went to Japan too. We didn't go. I wasn't on the ship all the time, so but I'm pretty sure they went to Japan too because we got 2 bases in Japan, so I'm pretty sure we went there. But carriers are funny. First off, they don't always port. So
Yeah, they anchor
sometimes,
outside in the
yeah,
harbor.
sometimes they don't even anchor. They'll be what they call a light tour where the ship's just kind of cruising.
Yeah, station keeping is what it's called.
It's
Yeah.
basically it's actually a little bit more in station keeping because this allows you to actually move forward a little bit. It's a weird thing they do because you got to take well, first off, you got to take all the airplanes off because unless it's at cruising speeds, you're not even allowed to have freaking jets on a damn thing.
Oh,
Well, you can't exactly launch a jet when it's sitting still. It's got to be heading
yeah,
to the
you're gonna
wind,
have that headwind.
and
That's part of the formula.
they're very vulnerable when they're in there. Plus, because
Yeah.
of Pearl Harbor, we don't put all of our planes in one place anymore. So when a carrier empties its 140 planes it's got on there, different kinds, they go to different bases.
Yeah. Then don't they normally launch, you know, just outside of extreme range to before they get to port?
So yeah, well, like if they're going to San Diego, they'll usually launch about 500 miles out, which,
Yeah.
believe it or not, back then was about the range of an F-18 Hornet. They wasn't pushing without refueling or carrying pods.
No. Their range is more like 3,000 or maybe
No,
6,000 miles.
no, it wasn't like that. Yeah, it is if you get fueled along the way.
Yeah, if you're full of
Yeah,
fuel. Yeah.
I think the B1's the best we got. It's like 1,100 miles. You know what's going to break the record? They're saying or be close to it is the F-47. It's going 1,000 miles.
Really?
Yeah, man. Because you run a jet engine. Come on, man. It's not exactly like you got fuel consumption conserving going on up
Oh,
there.
somebody threw up a picture of the Manta. Is it the X-57 or something like that?
Well,
It was flying.
I seen that new NASA Mach 9.6 thing yesterday. That thing's a beast.
No,
I don't know
this thing
the
I think
hell
was
they.
military. This wasn't NASA. It was black, and it was
It was
they got it
black.
over Nevada. So I'm thinking it must have been over the Groom Lake facility.
They got this one. This one's black, and it's got this thing underneath it. But it's Rand. It's a Rand jet. Not Rand scoop.
Scramjet.
Yeah, that's what the engines are based on. So
Well, that means it has to piggyback off of another aircraft to get to scramjet speed, so it can even ignite.
I think they figured out a different way to launch them,
Oh,
and I'm pretty sure
ground-based catapult.
it's off of an old existing technology we already have.
Ground-based catapult.
No, it's not that, but it's close. It's so this is a
Maglab.
I can't because I'll get us in trouble. But when we go on break, I'll tell you. So this is something we already use, but then they stopped using it because, how can I say this? It was too expensive. Okay, and then they decided all of a sudden they were going to put them back on Navy ships again. So basically, what you're doing is, remember the old days when you had that gun thing, you just stuck the plane on the end of it, you shot it. That's basically what this is going to be.
Did we hit it?
But I mean, it sends it, so it shoots it up, and then the damn scoop engines take over. It's cruising 9.99. They showed it yesterday at 9.6. That's what it said it was cruising at.
That's its cruising speed, not its maximum speed.
No, that's its cruising. I was like, no way, man.
That's like 35 miles an hour on a
because
car.
I mean, when you talk about the SR-71, you're talking cruising speed Mach 3, Mach 3.5. That's not its max speed by any means, but that's its cruising speed.
Mach 5, Mach 6.5.
Yeah, I think the fastest I ever heard it reported, and that was when we was out in Texas, was Mach 6. And now I'm sure it could go a little bit faster.
I've heard up to 6.5, 6.7.
No, I wouldn't doubt
that. That's rumor.
So, people, if you ever see one of these fly,
that's for sure. It has to have been at least that fast, approaching 7,000 miles an hour, because every time it flies New York to Los Angeles, every time it flies that, it breaks the previous record every time.
Yeah, because it's fucking around. So I remember they reported it. So remember the Concords?
Yes.
So the Concorde flight flying into France, and the FR-71, they don't usually fly this low. It was around 55,000 feet, just blew by. They said, everybody, because they when they got to the airport, the press was there. I don't even know how, I guess because of the commander, but they had the press out there, and the guy saying, I was going to get my camera, but when I looked up, it was gone.
It was too late.
Just to remind one of them hillbilly things, man, when they're making fun of stuff, he said, it was gone. I wanted to look up and say, Wilma, it was gone.
It would have been funnier. It would have been funnier had they painted the SR-71 the same color scheme as the Concorde. So, here's the new generation Concorde.
So China's all, oh, we're big and bad now. We're gonna kick the Americans' ass, and then all of a sudden, you bitches can't even finish a 5 yet. I mean, we have 2 working 5s, not prototypes, but we're flying the F-22 and F-35, which is 5th generation stealth fighters, and they're bad to the bone. And you're not even got a fielded 5 yet. You got that J-30 and that other one,
which looks strangely similar to the things we are fielding.
Yes, plus the bitch ain't stealth. The coatings don't last.
Well, it is for them. Anyone in their theater probably wouldn't get it. But
so the story went that Kim Jong-un bought the drone from Iran, the one that they somehow got down about 15 years ago, and Kim Jong-un didn't have the technology, didn't know what to fucking do with it, so he sold it to China, from what I hear, for a pretty penny.
Xi Jinping.
And but Xi Jinping really didn't know what the fuck to do with it. So they got an idea how it works, but the coating materials, and I've watched this on many shows. They talk about our stealth. They have to be baby. They park them indoors. The coatings on them have to be treated regularly, or they're not stealthy.
It's a combination of things people don't realize. It's the shape of the craft. It's there's some certain electronics on board the craft which help block radar. It's also the paint on it is a special pigment, which you can't legally have it, but some people have allegedly gotten it to put on their cars.
This new stuff, I don't know what this new stuff they got is. This is
but it's highly top secret.
If you go like SR-71 and some of the other stealth jets, and then there's a leap to the new ones. It's just like there's no crossover point. You know how when we did silicon, we went from the tube to the chip to solid state, and everybody's like, first off, you know what amazes me? Even today, most people don't know what the fuck solid state means. I was like, really? I mean, really?
So basically what that meant was before the solid state, you had a calculator Your calculator was about the size of a book, not a paperback, but like a
Book.
proper full hardcover book, about that size, 8 by 11. That's how big your calculator was, and there weren't tubes in it, but pretty close to it. And then solid state comes around, and what happens? That thing turns into a credit card size all of a sudden.
That can charge off your light in your house. It don't even need to be in the sun.
It runs. You can get them run off of solar. You've seen those calculators in like hardware stores. Every Lowe's, every Home Depot, and probably every Tractor Supply on every different specialty desk has a calculator that's run by. It's got 3 or 4 little solar panels on it, and you just hit on and it works. Yeah. No batteries required. Just a light bulb.
Last time I was at Home Depot, they had them for $5, John. Yeah, they were credit card size. They even have the ones that are a little bit more expensive that figure out advanced calculus for engineers.
Yeah. We have the Home Depot. They had several clipboards. We only carried one in the store, but it had a calculator on it for to calculate angles. If building a frame and that kind of stuff. So it was very 20, 30, or sorry, 40, 50, 60 years ago. It was a very large technology. Now it fits in your pocket.
No, I agree, Michael. It's so anyway, getting back to these beast airplanes that apparently first off, our Air Force is like double everybody else's. China's like, it's bigger, but no, every time I see Europeans take on our Air Force, it's way bigger.
But you have to think about it. Our Air Force is spread throughout Europe and parts of Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
We got bases on the Philippines, South Korea, Japan, probably Taiwan.
We got places all over the freaking place. But
we're occupying these nations.
When you talk about different days, well, I don't know. At the rate Trump's pissing off people, I don't know how many nations we're going to be occupying. He's going to get us thrown out of Europe here pretty soon, which I think is his goal.
If he doesn't get someone pissed off enough, like the idiot in Colombia who said we're basically at a de facto state of war with his country, and that he's willing to and considering violent action against U.S. forces in the Caribbean, which would be a stupid move on his part, but that could be a thing to spark off World War III. Sure, why not? Well, Germany sparked off the first two. Why not America?
But there's something about Trump. Maybe it's the time travel thing. Maybe he knows how far he can push it. Because frankly, I've been hearing him about this, that, and the other fucking thing for 6 years, everybody's been, well, let's just be honest, they've been fucking wrong.
And he's been right about a lot of stuff. So yeah, what does he know about what's going to happen in the exact future? What events can he do that prevent World War III but get his agenda done?
Bend Putin over and give it to him hard, like a big boy wants it.
Could be.
We could write a song about him and Putin.
I'm sure somebody already has. If we search hard enough on YouTube, I'm sure there's tonight's content.
Oh God, I have some sick pervert image in my head. Randy, you can watch it on Roku, yeah, and you can Fire Stick. We're in test mode, but this show is always on test mode. Yes, well, because we haven't made up our mind if it's worth the money or not yet. Yeah, anyways, we're not gonna talk about that here. But
they just have to see our charms first. That's all.
No, it's not them. It's us. We have, because we're paying for the service. We have to decide. If it's because our hosts have to pay if we do that. Yes, Jamie. I like my host, but not that much. What the fuck is wrong with you? Now you could, we only got 35 hosts. You could pay the fee for all 35 hosts. Yes, and I'm sure they would be just thrilled. No, it's not yearly. It's monthly, my friend. I'm sorry. Well, we did it. We used to do it yearly, but it's monthly because when you get into the TV services, it's not so much about how many viewers you're getting, but just what it's going to do for you in general. One, the Roku is 4K. So, I mean, you're coming through crisp and clean and pretty and beautiful. Even if you're fucking
see the pores in our skin.
Yeah, but even if you're ugly, it makes you look good. Oh, yes, it does. You could be like the old fat, ugly girl with 5 kids and no teeth and one eyeball, and you still would look good. I know, it's insane.
The Cop in Me just came out. Joe, you have to have just recently come from or done a television interview. Yes or no?
Yes, I have. Well, I have, and I have 2 more coming up. That's why.
And then the reason why I say that, audience, is because his beard is not gray.
Yes, it's a whole different color.
But it's not just a whole different color. It's all one different.
Well, in the old days when the bitch was salt and pepper, it was fine.
I know.
But for some reason, and I don't understand it, because like up here and down here, it's still black.
I think it's because of the digital technology. Video technology didn't quite have the clarity that the digital camera lenses have. So
Stephanie, good looking. You see it; it's white. What do you mean?
It messes with like certain patterns, certain clothing patterns. When you're on video, it would do all that. Same idea with your face. It happens with digital.
Sean and I were bidding for Ho-Ho, who had the whitest beard. Oh no! So like, what do you mean when I?
Well, he would have definitely won for the longest. That's for sure. When he had his all the way down past his chin or whatever.
There was some times when I was young, I wore what you would call a Grizzly Adams beard. Now I know a lot of you youngers out there don't know who Grizzly Adams is, but Grizzly Adams from here. I mean, really, from where your neck starts, right down here, all the way up to here. And generally, it's puffy and big, and it's crazy looking. I look like Grizzly Adams, man. Like I come out of the woods and chopped your fucking ass up. You even said, and I said, "Baby, come here." Yes, ma'am. I'll come right now, sir. What can I do for you? I know it's horrible.
All right, for those of you who do not vibe with the Ben Grizzly Adams, let's just give you a quick insight here. Did that go up automatically? I don't know. No, it didn't.
I see it at the bottom. Now.
There he is.
There you go. That's Grizzly Adams.
Yeah, and the bear is not the guy we're talking about.
And then I'd let it stay combed in, so it'd only be about this far out, and then I'd just take the comb and brush that shit would be like out of here. It was insane.
It was a good show. It was a TV 1974 movie. I don't know if it was a TV movie or a proper.
The fucking bear didn't eat him. It wasn't a good show. I'm just saying, if the bear don't eat you, it's not a good show. What's the one where the gorillas ate the lady? Gorillas in the mist, and didn't they ate the lady or something?
No.
One of them, the gorillas ate the woman, and then there was the girls with the wolves. They were pets, and they loved her, and they ate her ass. You don't fuck with
that's Red Riding Hood. Yeah.
I'm talking about real life. It's no, you don't fuck with wild. Look, people. I mean, we got a lot of news to get through tonight, but you just
there was a lot of stuff happening this week.
I was raised in the fucking bayou. You just don't go fucking around with wild shit. Leave it alone. If it ain't fucking with you, you don't fuck with it. That's
yes.
Gators won't fuck with adults hardly at all. They might try to run up and get you, but you got a kid or something like a dog, they'll go after that. Do the fucking heartbeat. Oh yeah, man. They'll be like, "Ooh, look at that's dinner."
Yeah.
No, because they're not crocodiles. You're thinking of a crocodile. Crocodiles are much more aggressive than dogs.
Oh yes.
A croc will try to eat you just because you're there. And crocs tend to get a little bigger too. All right, Jamie. So, no, we were talking about the different jets. No, we're going to get into the ice stuff. We got to find a video because we got some videos for it. But before we do that, I want to get back to the new. So America right now that I know of has two different F-47s. We have an X and an F, right? Isn't that what it is, Jeff?
X and an F. Yeah, one was I think the X was the drone. It was a full size, like plane size thing, but it was automatic. It was a drone, and that was for the Navy. And they dropped that program. The other one is flying, and it's the F-47, and it's is the CIA flying it?
No, I think the Air Force is flying. Oh no, you're thinking. Okay, so the Navy had two different ones, two different drones out. They had the Manna program and the one that you were just talking about. Now, which one got dropped? I ain't sure. You and I have talked about it on the air because it was too smart for its own good, but I don't remember which one it was. But no, the Navy's developed a drone program for their F-18s and their new F-35s.
Yeah,
so they want 3 drones per aircraft. So the battle scene, it's going to look like something out of one of them.
Well, you remember the video game 1945?
Yeah, I sure do.
You start off as a P-51, then you go to World War II, and the next one it's jets, and finally what have you. Well, the new version of that, it's the same thing. It's a single person shooter kind of thing. But your plane, as you progress, you get 1, 2, 3 drones that follow your plane, and they shoot and take damage for you. And I've noticed this in games the last several years. So I'm quite certain that it's more than just a phenomenon. They've probably got working systems.
All it really is in the old days, you always had a wingman plus. It was
right, but that's two pilots, two human pilots.
But all they're doing is taking the pilots out. They're still leaving the positions. They're just taking the pilots out. So, and because there's no pilot, which means you can do maneuvers that the poor pilots couldn't do. It's so when you talk about these high-speed jets, Jenny, these jets are cruising at. We're just talking about one at not Mach 9, so it's 750 miles an hour, I believe, per Mach.
Hey Google, what is Mach 9 in miles per hour?
It's a lot, Peter. There you go. I'm almost
6,905 point something miles per hour. Human body is not meant for that.
Yeah. So when you get to Mach 10, you're doing 7,500.
But it's not just the Mach. It's not just the speed. It's also the gravity force or the G force. The human body can pretty much, even an unconditioned, pilot person, like the fighter pilots have to keep their bodies in tight condition in order to combat G forces in excess of 9. Just me, like me, I'm not athletic at any. I'm fit. I work in a warehouse. I pick up boxes and stuff, but my body probably would tolerate between 4 and 7 Gs. After that, I'm passing out. Fighter pilots, they can handle up to about 9, maybe 10 Gs. At 11, 12, they're unconscious. At 13, your body boils, you're dead. So you really, really have to be very, very fit to do the things these guys do in fighter pilots. Fighter jets.
A couple of years ago, NASA got in trouble because there was 2 projects that came out. One was a sling that actually holds, and they don't call them astronauts, but they don't call them pilots either. It's something else, not is what it is, because they fly on the stratus, maybe it's stratus.
Aeronauts or stratronauts.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because that's where they fly. But so they developed these 2 programs. One is basically a sling that takes the G's out of it. It takes it away. It releases, it absorbs the G's and takes it off you. And then there was one the Navy had developed. Now, Navy's not pulling G's underwater. This is a liquid suit. You get inside the suit, it's all liquid, and it just plugs into the plane, and it keeps it liquid inside. It keeps it at whatever temperature it needs to be, and it relieves any G force up to 50 G's. What the fuck were they making this for? What the hell are they flying that we don't know about?
What are they flying that goes up to 50 G's?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. That would be like all Elon Musk rockets launched.
Okay, so think about this: a UFO traveling along like this, and then all of a sudden accelerates to Mach 20 off the screen, direct 30-degree angle. That's your 50.
Yeah,
G's.
maybe so. It's so anyway. I've heard about these 2 programs for other advanced craft that we're building, because we're definitely building. We've talked about this for a couple of years, but we're definitely building a new space plane. Now, maybe we're going to copy off the Germans. Maybe we might use
or buy it directly from them.
I don't know. I don't know what the damn Germans can't get any information on it. It's not any real information. It's mostly bullshit. I do know there's a working prototype. Even though the ad says there's not, but when you look for it,
it's the 1/1 scale mock-up. It's not the full version, so it doesn't have like the abilities. If it's going to be a military jet, it doesn't have weapon capabilities yet. But
I don't know if this has weapon capabilities now, but this is supposed to be full size. This is supposed to be their first.
It's the 1/1 full size trainer or mock-up.
I don't know. I don't know. See, that's the thing. You don't know if is it going to have any kind of weapons? A lot of our planes don't have weapons.
Oh, I mean, if you're going into outer space,
what does it need weapons?
I mean, come on. We weren't stupid enough to even to send Neil Armstrong up. They at least went up with at least 1 handgun. No, they did. You laughed. They did. They went up with a handgun.
No, I know they did. No,
you're
not. I read that a long time ago. It's not what I'm laughing about. Have you ever seen? You can't when you really can't fire a gun in space. There's 2 reasons you can. One, when it does come out, at least it's infinite velocity. It'll go forever.
It'll go wherever, wherever it's pointed at. It's going to keep going until it hits something else.
There's no oxygen, so the gun won't fire. It'll start the fire, but then it'll quit because there's no oxygen to come out.
The primer will explode some of the charge in the cartridge will ignite. It might be enough to push the bullet all the way out, but it likely or not is going to stick it halfway through.
Yeah, it's well, Jenny, if you ever watched the TV series Firefly, the crazy guy figured out how to get around that. He stuck his big bad gun into a spacesuit and started shooting out of the spacesuit. Hey, it had oxygen in it.
Well,
I guess it worked.
if you covered it with your hand, or if you put a special, like particularly with a revolver, if you covered it with a cover that kept some of the oxygen in it, it would probably fire several rounds before it would
Oh no,
lose.
the Navy and the Air Force have these converters, they call them. They can
Yeah.
plug right into the side of the gun and produce oxygen. So obviously they were planning to go somewhere that wasn't no oxygen. The only thing I can think of space was
Well, the Navy figured that one out. Gee, I wonder where they go. There's no oxygen.
They go
underwater.
In space. They go underwater, but they can be going in space too. They get their own space program. So
well, the thing is, you're shooting a gun underwater, the bullet isn't going to go anywhere. I mean, the velocity of the bullet is immediately taken out as soon as it exits the barrel by the water.
Oh, Jamie, I've shot bullets on there. You can retrieve them in whole. They don't even. There's one or two types that'll splinter, but most of them won't even splinter. They just fall.
Yeah, it's like,
you could actually be standing in front of the bitch about 5 feet, wouldn't even hit you. It just fall. Well, depending on the type of gun we're shooting, we're talking about here.
Yeah, higher caliber, the further into the water it will penetrate. But
most handguns are going to go bloop.
I think it was Marine Boy. I don't know if anyone remembers that anime cartoon from the 60s, but in Marine Boy, they had a special gun that had like basically a torpedo bullet. They could shoot from above the water, and this little bullet would go in, hit the water, and then a little turbine in the back of it would, and propel the bullet underwater. Pretty cool stuff, but it was a cartoon.
Yeah, sometimes
one of my favorite cartoons, by the way. Marine Boy was very, very cool. Boomerang on his arm. That was neat.
Sometimes some of that weird stuff comes from cartoons.
Sometimes, but people say things, fiction mocks life, or whatever that phrase is. If you look back, quite a few different sources, novels, for example, have predicted future technology. I mean, Jules Verne, H.G. Wells, go back even further, Da Vinci, Galileo. Both of these men have designs on helicopter-type devices, tank-type devices, underwater-type devices, jetpack-type devices, things to make men fly and go faster, farther, higher, longer, all across the planet. So when we've talked about this on many, many, many occasions, something, somehow throughout time and particular intervals. I mean, if we were able to chart this on a timeline, there would probably be a set integer between intervals where technology takes a leap. Somebody drops a new idea, boom. Just 125 years ago, that's not far. That's not in the geological scheme. That's not very far at all. Just 125 years ago, we were using steam.
Yeah, I know.
Choo-choo trains weren't even a thing. They were just starting to come up. And then, or they were just getting their own, if you will, steam when internal gasoline combustion engines came out and screwed the pooch. Now we still use trains, but most of them don't run on steam. Most of them run on diesel. Then the rest of them are electric, and those are the ones that are usually within the cities.
Yeah, it's weird because New Orleans has had electric vehicles for electric buses and stuff for, I don't know, 150 years, 200 years.
Yeah, but they usually have like that carriage on top that touches two wires.
Yeah. because idiots would step on the railroad tracks. That's why.
Yeah.
And then they'd like, oh, what? Oops, no, I didn't know that was there. Because you're an idiot.
The fortunate thing for underground subways, they are like that still. There's the third rail that it says on it, "Don't touch this." it'll fry your ass immediately. But the underground subways in almost every city, they're almost all, especially if they have to go underground, they have to be electric because of carbon dioxide fumes. Yeah. If they were gasoline or diesel, just think about how many people would die. Or they'd have to have a really, really good exhaust system,
Which that's something they're working on right now, but that's still not getting it for us. Where right now we're still not quite to that point. Where That little girl go. There we are. All right. Add the stream. No, we don't want to add that to stream yet. Let's get out of there. Now we want to go add something to stream. Okay. Now this is one of the pictures of the shooting in
oops, wrong button.
The ice shooting. So let me hit share.
Oh.
There ain't no way to make this any bigger. Nope, that sucks.
Right, sit down. Sit down, Admiral. Sit. 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 Sit down. Thank you. It wasn't a cat. It was a dog that wanted in.
See, evil dogs. Okay, let's see.
Oh, I thought you had a picture of the. I missed it.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm going.
You want me to put that up?
Yeah, go ahead, put it up.
All right.
Oh, so okay. It's only 14 seconds. Let's see. This is kind of. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, he ran. She smack ran that motherfucker over. Damn. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, that's why you got killed.
Yeah, well, she most definitely hit him. I mean, there's that's the one angle that. And now there's a newer angle from his chest camera. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I seen it earlier tonight. And so that one you can actually hear the car hitting him.
Yeah.
And then,
you can hear him go oof when it does hit him.
And then there's another one you can see that's taken from another angle where you see the guy on the side of the car, which looks like that's who they're talking about, but then you see his face when the car hits him. Oh no, people! We'll look at it again, but the car looks like it fucking hit him.
It's been reported he received a hip injury, but
I mean that was. That's it.
He definitely has a broken hip.
I know you got 38 stitches, is what I heard. But
what'd you hear?
38 stitches.
No. That's from the last time. Okay, so in June of this year, that's the same officer who was just hit on that video was grabbed and dragged along by about 50 feet by another SUV that ripped open his right arm, and he received 38 or 35, something like that, stitches in his arm just to close that wound. A horrific gash. And then this woman like literally hits him, and I don't know what the report was, but there was a report that he has a hip injury. To what degree, how bad, no one really said. But I'm sorry, but if I have my gun out and you come at me with your car and I can shoot at you, I'm going to. I'm sorry. That's
what's so weird about this. Some of the other pictures, you see your girlfriend trying to get in the car with her, but she won't unlock the door.
Well, there's another the angle that they show from the officer's chest cam or body cam, whatever you want to call it. The girlfriend, wife, whatever you want to call her, who's filming from her point of view, actually says to her, looks into the thing, she says, "Gun it."
Yeah.
Or "Get out of here, gun it," something to that effect. She definitely says "gun it" to the driver, which is an immediate attack. I mean, she's aiming directly. He's standing right there with his hand on his gun, and they're telling her to get out. She's under arrest.
Okay, let's see. Okay. If you've got ED, you might need. Okay, let's see what's up right here. Where are we, baby? Yes, we are. There we go. I keep losing the damn screen.
Oh. Wrong button.
Share screen. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what I sent it to do. Okay.
I got it up.
Okay, here we go.
Good afternoon.
Hit the fan button.
Good afternoon. This new video will be a crucial piece of evidence in this investigation.
Hit expand.
Recorded by the agent himself, and it shows the events leading up to the shooting from his point of view. Here is that entire video.
I love the stupid bitch.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our
face. He was sharing his face. He showed his. He wasn't
wear the same plate when you come come talk to us later. That's fine.
That's the girlfriend and wife right there.
Yeah, the dumb
So-
bitch.
You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the
Get out of the car.
Go ahead. She says, go ahead.
Vice President J.D. Vance reacted to this new video on X saying, many of you have been told this law enforcement officer wasn't hit by a car, wasn't being harassed, and murdered an innocent woman. The reality is that his life was endangered and he fired in self-defense. No response to the new video from city officials, but earlier today, Mayor Jacob Fry doubled down on his belief that this was a reckless abuse of power and that any argument that this agent feared for his life are BS.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe
Oh,
to Fox
Sean,
News
Sean,
YouTube
you know what?
page and catch our hottest
I
interviews
haven't
and
seen
most
Sean
compelling
in
analysis.
forever,
You
man.
will
Come
not
looking
get
at
it anywhere else.
He just did an interview with Trump this past Thursday, I believe. Might have been Wednesday night, but just this past week he did one. And then earlier in the week, it was either him or someone else on the same network did an interview. I think it was Jesse Waters did an interview with Trump, or not Trump, Vance.
This is. I still ain't seen the other shooting that happened with today.
Okay, so this shooting happened on Wednesday. The Thursday there was one in Seattle. So it was yesterday.
Oh, was it yesterday?
Yeah, Seattle shooting yesterday.
And I'm sure Minneapolis is trying to use that to their. Of course, you're being manipulated. So at least he's not running again. He had to step down from running again because everybody was like, boo, tampon, Tim, boo, boo. Actually, Gene, it's nothing to talk about. I mean, she hit him with the car. Yeah, I mean, there's no way around that. When I've seen 3 different angles now, she hit him with the car. And
Yeah, like I said, there's been a report he was injured in the hip, but they didn't say to what degree.
But it didn't matter when she was told to get out of the car and she punched it, that she turned the car into a deadly weapon. He had all the right. It didn't matter if it hit him or not. He could have said he feared for other people's lives.
Yeah. Well, but also the other thing is that she had also been allegedly harassing their operations all morning, and right after, I mean, very late, 3 people have started to say that no, she just dropped off her kid and happened to be in the area on her way home, dropping her kid off at school. So as far as I understand it, the incident, she got shot at 11 o'clock in the morning. What school, unless it's kindergarten, starts at 11 o'clock in the morning? So if she dropped her kid off at normal school time, it would have been 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., giving her 3 or 4 or 5 hours to mess with those ICE people who allegedly the ICE men are saying, sorry, that came out wrong, the ICE men. The ICE agents are saying that she harassed their operations all morning long. If they all have body cams like the one who got hit by her car, have video evidence of that, we're gonna see that in the next few days. And if she's been harassing their operations all day and they've been trying to arrest her all day and she tries to flee, they do not have the right to shoot a fleeing suspect, but they do have the right to shoot someone that's coming at them with a 4, 5, 6, 11,000 pound vehicle. That car she's driving probably weighed about 10 or 9 to 10,000 pounds. That's if it's 10,000 pounds, that's 5 tons. Do the math, people. If it hits you, you're dead.
Well, I noticed as I'm looking through YouTube's videos, there's a lot of people saying some nasty stuff about this guy. But then this other video came out, and then a lot of them have kind of just shut up now, went away. You know, the video that where you can see him. There's 2 videos that clearly show this guy being hit. What's this video? Hold on, let's go see what this is.
Brand new cell phone video we've just gotten in, showing a very different angle of that deadly Minneapolis.
Oh, this is going to show a very different angle. I wonder if she's
implying that it's not a good angle.
But we've seen the 2 good. See, that's a problem when you're going backwards in time when you've already seen other stuff. It makes it harder. Anyway, let me pop a. Where were we? Yes.
Well, let's see what she's got to say.
Pop her up there. Oh, okay. She's already up there. I didn't even realize I had her up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit pause on that, and then let's see what she has to say, or what her new video is.
Okie dokie, dog.
Minneapolis ice shoot.
Whoops. Whoa. What's going on here? Hold on, go back.
Brand new cell phone video we've just gotten in showing a very different angle of that deadly Minneapolis ICE shooting. This video was obtained by Alpha News. Apparently, it is actually from the cell phone of the ICE officer who shot Renee Good. The video has already been shared on social media by Vice President J.D. Vance and reposted by the White House. I want to warn you, you will hear some expletives in this video. We don't know who says them. And just generally, the video is disturbing.
Oh, this is a full thing. That's his body cam, by the way.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine.
You mean when you come get arrested later?
You want to come at us? You want to come at us?
It's her.
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Oh!
Brand new cell phone video we've just gotten in showing a very different angle.
See,
of that
even if you said,
Minneapolis
"Oh, I
shooting.
didn't see him get hit,"
This
you
video
can
was
sure the
obtained
fuck
by
here and
Alpha
get hit,
News.
man.
Yeah, he definitely got
You know, why people? Why would you fuck with people who have machine guns?
Yeah.
Those paint guns with the pepper gas in them. Okay, that was such a cool thing to turn paint guns into.
Yeah, we're not getting fucked any other way.
These people are just nuts. You don't have the right to do this, people. Protesting peacefully does not mean standing in the middle of the street. That's against the law. You notice how most of these protesters scream like little girls when they get arrested?
Actually, I think most of them are little guys. I don't see much men in this protest.
Look at me. I run the daycare center now.
And who gave you permission?
My boy Tampon Tim, a.k.a. the fraud father, gave us the green to open this here quality leering daycare. So we ran with it. The rest is history.
You realize the sign? It spells learning, not leering.
Well, this is the first thing the children learn. They see the sign and we test them with visual aids. This is how we teach.
Wait, I thought that in Minnesota, to be a licensed daycare, you're required to have a 15 square foot playground within 2,000 feet of the building.
It will pop up tomorrow morning. Don't worry about it.
You have all the documents, right?
There was a break-in, and they stole the documents, unfortunately.
How did they get in?
Well, they broke in through the wall. It was behind the water heater.
Okay, where are the kids, though? I didn't see any kids.
Because it is not our business hour right now.
It was easier to capture the leader of Venezuela than it was to find a kid in these daycares.
What?
So you're saying there's nothing fraudulent happening here?
There is no fraud. Wallahi la azim. Zero fraud here. Tell him, baby.
Yeah, I understand fraud is bad.
Abdi, you cheated on me? I'm telling mom.
No, Ilhan, baby, don't do this. Don't tell our mom.
Wow, a bunch of garbage.
Look at me. I run the daycare center now.
Who gave you permission?
Yes, this is the guy. Yeah, this is him. This is him. Check this out.
Yo, your wife said that you're for open borders, right?
Absolutely. They should not build that wall.
So you just think that anyone can come to the U.S. like?
Absolutely. If you go to New York, go to the Statue of Liberty, what's it say? All is welcome.
I don't think it says that, but dude, this is great because I just happened to pick up 3 guys from Honduras. Well, they were at Home Depot. They're from Honduras and they have nowhere to go. So this just works out perfect. Look, Hector takes medication twice a day, and right now they got to use the bathroom. All 3 of them, but a shit. Is it cool if they stay here?
The 5 most expensive fighter jets in the world right now, and trust me,
this here's the last time.
Get out of the way. I'm going to take off. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
And I'd take my gun out and shoot the idiot.
Donald Trump just broke the view. Watch.
Your question, who voted for this? The people in South Florida. The Venezuelan.
American carrier, you have violated Chinese territorial waters. Turn around now.
Negative. We are in international waters exercising lawful navigation rights.
Refusal is not an option. I will get a squadron to escort you out.
That's a dangerous move. Stand down before you start a problem you can't handle.
We do not take advice from American capitalists. Prepare for interception.
Well, you might want to take advice from me, Rice Rocket.
Where did you come from? Radar showed nothing.
Maybe spend less time arguing with carriers and more time checking your surroundings.
This was just little test. You are free to pass through. Safe travels, Americans.
Bye.
Right,
Look at this redwood motherfucker.
All right, we got 10 hours shut off before we get damn strike. What's that, Jeffrey? Hey, look.
Yeah, all you got to do is turn off the stealth, and boom, it becomes visible to the naked eye.
Yes, it's insane. No, we don't want to get in any trouble. We're already getting enough trouble on our own. Yes.
Yeah, we're in enough.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see about all of that. Look, Trump's going to do what Trump wants to do. I mean, there's no arguing about that. No, that was our break. Yeah. So Trump's going to do what he wants to do. I mean, he's president of the world, and the world gets a little pissy sometimes. But you know what? Not that pissy.
Well, once they see the results that are, on the back end that are good, the good things that people receiving on the back end of these things, then they tend to complain less.
So what do you do if you're NATO and you're Europe, and Trump keeps saying we're gonna invade Greenland? That's no different than Putin invading fucking the Ukraine. Well, it's a little different.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I mean, it's still basically the same thing. So what do? Are you going to go over there and give weapons to fight the United States? Well, that would just be ignorant.
Yeah.
But
I think also that there's a better solution. Either Europe has to step up if they want the missile defense shield. It doesn't work without Greenland. If we want a missile defense shield for America, it doesn't work without Greenland. Period. So for both continents, we have to have the defense shield parts of it have to be developed on that continent and readily maintained and defended by at least one large military base. That's the end of it. It has to be that way. But Europe doesn't see it like that, and they have underdeveloped the area. There's 5,000 people live on it. It's like less than a city block in New York.
53,000 is what they got there.
Okay,
And
so
then
it's 5 city blocks in New York. Okay,
yeah,
big deal.
It's not a lot of people. And wait, but the best part is, hold on. So if the United States forces Denmark into selling, see, right now the people are pissed because they don't want to be part of the United States. But wait, they don't realize that they get a share of the sale of the probably $1 trillion sale we'll probably have on this, which means each one of them are going to put several $1 million into their little Greenland pockets.
I was actually watching. I'm gonna have to let him out in a minute. I was watching. I think it was Gutfeld. Might have been the 5, but anyway, one of the panel guests said, "Here's all you do. What are there? 53,000 people on there. You give each of them $53,000, and I think to be added up, whatever it was, is comes up to $57 million. Boom, Greenland's ours. $57 million. How much do we pay for Alaska? How much do we pay for New York?
Yeah,
it was a handful of sheet music and a box of beads.
Yeah, we'll end up giving. We'd end up paying $1 trillion for Greenland, and we'd have to give the Greenland, the people of Greenland, probably 1% or 2% or 3%, whatever it would be, of the sale because they live there, because it is their territory. It's their homes and everything else.
Yeah.
So they would give them that, and then so Greenland would get
probably U.S. citizenship too if they would want it. I would guess.
Well, because they'd be a territory. They'd get that automatically. So.
You'll excuse me, Mother Nature is calling because I have some kidney stones, so I need to go and visit. Yeah.
Go and take care of that. Let's see.
I'll be right back.
let me move over there. Actually, Jack, you know what? I think I do have that. Well, this woman was, look, you know, her day started out one way. They thought they were going to go bully ICE, and she ended up dead. It just shows you how shit can go wrong. Yes, they keep telling it's his cell phone video. It's his chest cam video. Well, shit can go wrong. I mean, you can't fucking around with armed policemen is just stupid, especially after you've been harassing them and throwing stuff at them and spitting on them. You seen that one in where was it? I think it was Oregon, where that lady split on a guy a couple times. He took her down, handcuffed her, took her to jail. I'm sure he was within his rights to do it. But it has to stop. We don't need all this. You know, they want to get all upset because their president let all these people in. If they want to be mad, they need to be mad at Joe Biden, not at anybody else. That's the only reason any of this is going on. This ain't, what are you talking about, Kirk? This ain't got nothing to do with Barack Obama. Barack Obama threw out more people than Trump did. So did the Bushes. If we wouldn't have, we'd be around 500 million people right now. Yeah, because it's ridiculous. And again, why do we always have to take all the crap? I'm not saying we can't help out people who are having a hard time or being victimized in different places, but also we need to start, you know, putting programs in place to bring in talented people who want to stay here and work and become part of the states. Yes, it's the smart thing for us to do. Yeah, it is. It's a very smart thing for us to do. Well, you know, hold on, let me see if I can find it over. He just took us on a whole different course. That's all. I read the article. The first alien signal may be a civilization's final cry. I read that signal, and it's an interesting. Well, because it's true. Think of it this way: by the time the 2013 Olympics reaches the center of our galaxy, it'll be what, 100 billion years old. Yeah, we'll probably be dead or living somewhere else. Our planet's only got 4.5 billion years left. Well, it depends on where you're at, actually. So the galaxy is 160,000 light years across. No, it's not because of the distance. It's because of the speed. Yes.
Well, and it's also it changes in length. The width of it is anywhere between, if my memory is correct, 110 million light years across to 170 million light years across. And then it also undulates widthwise, and the widthwise I think is something like 50 to 60 or 70,000 light years in width.
What do you mean? Could our signals be a reason why aliens come here?
Yes.
I would say yes, except for it seems like they came before we had radio or TV.
Way.
You know, so when you look at it that way, it's now, did we draw somebody new in, like the tall whites? That's possible.
Not necessarily. If you think about it, there is evidence of an advanced civilization before ours. So what if they had radio or something similar, or even maybe more advanced than radio that reaches out further, faster, longer? So maybe that's what directed them here originally, was these, you know, in the Bible, that even says when they're talking about Adam and Eve, the first humans, there were people here in those days before us. Who were those people?
Yeah,
what were they doing here? What kind of technology did they have? What kind of?
But they may
piss off, you know? Who think about it?
Well, they may have been enlightened like the Greeks or the Romans or something like that, but they may not have been technologically advanced.
Not but like then again, they could have been. I mean, we've seen some of the rock work I mean, stuff that we can barely even attempt without great effort to duplicate.
There just doesn't seem to be any real physical evidence, at least none that we've seen. I'm not going to rule out saying that the government don't have something stuck away somewhere in some box or using something somewhere,
If they have access to time travel technology, as the White House alleged earlier in the year, or last year, rather.
They didn't. Trump did. That's different. So the government.
Well, who's in the White House?
He is now.
So
But
the
he
White House
hasn't
has time
been.
travel.
But when all the time travel was going on last 50 years, he wasn't in the White House, and he wasn't the one time traveling.
But where did the time travel technology come from? Is it stuff that his uncle discovered in the
He said he got
Tesla
it from
file?
Tesla. Yeah, he said he got it from Tesla. But he
Who's to
said
say
there
he
was
didn't?
also, well, he did probably. That's probably where it came for him. He said there was a lot of strange drawings and symbols and stuff like that. So maybe Tesla got it from an alien. I mean, Tesla was beaming shit into space all the time.
Well, Tesla was also allegedly said he was in contact telepathically or somehow mentally with some sort of intelligence, cosmic or alien or whatever you want to call it.
What do you mean? No, final cry, Jimmy, like in their last broadcast. Well, anything can kill a civilization. It might just be old age. Their sun might have just went supernova and they died. Or maybe they moved to a different part of the galaxy and we can't pick them up anymore.
Right.
Because their planet died. Like I just said, our planet's going to die. It's actually going to die faster than 4.5 billion. It's going to be more like 3.5 billion. Sun's going to go red giant and it's going to engulf us. It's going to engulf us all the way about halfway to Mars, which means Mars could actually become a whole different world. So could all the moons around Jupiter and Saturn. They could all become inhabitable worlds because of that. Because now they've got
There
a sun.
are over
and the sun will be close.
460 different planet-sized balls of planet floating around the different various planets in this solar system. 262 or 3 or 4 of them around Saturn alone.
Oh, no, Jim, you're talking about a red dwarf. They can live to be 70 or 80 billion years old, yes.
And we're right in the middle of a bunch of them.
There's one of them we were just recently talking about. It's a nearby solar system. We were just talking about it. They found a planet there that they think could support life. And because of where it's at, it would have evolved on a much more stable curve than we did.
Oh, Alpha Centauri?
It might have been Alpha Centauri. And then because it's got a red dwarf that's so stable that its continuing curve would be stable. Well, Earth's got a lot of shit that goes on. Shit blows up. We got volcanoes. We got nukes. We got all kind of crap here. They may not have all of that. And, you know, when you think about it, not all worlds will grow up as a divided world.
Well, and also think about this. Without our magnetosphere, the magnetic atmosphere that we have, there would be no life. We are being constantly bombarded with enough radiation from the sun to sterilize the surface.
Yeah, but we're
Sterilized. It means no life ever again in the future or at period.
Yeah, Jimmy, 3.5 billion years will turn into a red dwarf and it'll eat us.
It'll destroy all the inner planets and probably mess up most of the outer planets. And the debris will reform, and then it will probably reform 2 or 3 inner planets just like before. But the sun will be of a different color, shape, and size.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They said it probably will just evaporate Earth because it's so close.
It will, but it won't destroy everything. It'll turn it into rubble, asteroid belts, or it'll turn it into slag, molten rubble. And then that stuff will eventually start to cool and turn into rocks, and it will start to coalesce. And as the sun reforms into a red dwarf, there will be disks of stuff that's left over that didn't get sucked into the sun, which will become the new planets.
Jeffrey, for the sun, going from yellow to red will be like a blink of an eye. If you're humans and you're still here, it won't be like a blink of an eye. It'll be a long period of time.
It'll also be like if the sun goes nova, it'll only take 8 minutes will happen. You'll see something weird on the sun. Go, oh, hey, look at that. 8 minutes later.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about it. Our sun don't have the mass to go nova, so you don't have to worry about that. It's got to be a bigger sun than ours. Yellow suns are very unremarkable. And there's not all as many of them as there's other things.
Well, it's still going to explode at some point. There'll be a massive flash, and it'll destroy all the planets. But
it's not. It's going to go red giant, and it's going to go until it cools off, and that's going to be it. Some of them don't explode. Some of them just cool off and die, and they just unremarkable death. Don't ask me. Do I look like I'm the guy who created the universe? If I was, I'd be way the fucking more comfortable than I am currently, and I wouldn't be in any pain because I go no pain. No, we don't make those rules. Well, and then let's just be honest about this. Every time you think you know the fucking rules, the rules change.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Which I'm not against, because science grows and expands, but unfortunately, science is as wrong as it is right a lot of times.
Yeah, and we are currently right now at a point where we're about to change from our current scientific thinking to quantum thinking.
Yeah. Oh, Jim, we started working on quantums, 30 years ago at least. It's Dr. Paul Avett. He's actually one of the first scientists I ever worked with or talked to, who was in the quantum kinetics is what he did. Yes, it was very strange stuff. He's the one that predicted that the galaxy every 26,000 years it gives a burp. It burps. the black hole in our galaxy burps. And when it does, sometimes it sends out all this debris, sometimes it doesn't. When it sends out the debris, it just fills the entire known galaxy with dust and debris and all kind of shit. Eventually, it'll get to Earth. You'll see it. For a long time, it'll look like a big blue star off in the distance that's growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. But after about 160,000 years, it'll be here. And it'll be completely engulfing our planet. And it'll probably trigger a global warming, which will trigger an ice age. And then after, I don't know, I think they said 15 or 20,000 years, it'll be gone and life will go back to normal. But at first, it was just a theory. But he went to the North Pole and dug up core samples for this particular mineral you can only find in one of those black holes. And guess what they found? They found the mineral. So it means it does happen. And it does seem to have...
But there is also something that happens cyclically on this Earth, somewhere between 26,000 and 32,000 years. It's recorded in the geological record. It's recorded in the way the rock is oriented north and south magnetically on the seafloor, where the every so many, and it's a set rhythm. It's every 32 some thousand years that we have north facing rock, south facing rock on the bottom of the ocean floor. This is in our geological record. So something cyclical happens to this solar system that sometimes causes great destruction and sometimes does not.
It just depends. When you have a black hole that burps, I mean, imagine you can send out a lot of shit with it. So imagines how much you get, how much gets to us intact, and how much gets to us. And I mean, we're good ways from the core.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I was about to say, it depends on what is floating around at the event horizon of the black hole right now. What is it eating? Is it eating planets or is it eating gas?
Probably a little bit of both.
Eating a lot of gases, it could send some nasty, a whole field of krypton gas over our planet.
No, Jesse, we're not really protected from the black hole because we're not on a spiral arm. We're just kind of like hanging out in the space somewhere.
We're in between two spiral arms. We could, if the blast was strong enough, perhaps maybe Joe's alluding to the fact we could be kicked out of the Milky Way galaxy and become our own rogue solar system. It'd be just like, Space 1999, except it's the whole solar system this time. Think about that.
What are you talking about? Our solar system could be from it could be from the Sagittarius galaxy. There's been speculation on it for about 20 years. They go back and forth. Oh, 1 minute they're like, oh yeah, that's where we came from. Then another minute, no, we're not. But the red dwarfs that Jay alluded to earlier come from the Sagittarius galaxy, and we seem to be surrounded by them. So it's 50-50. That's where we came from too.
The two arms of the Milky Way galaxy that we're between are called the Sagittarius and the Orion arms,
which are eating which we call a galaxy.
They're currently eating the current
Sagittarian
galaxy.
Yeah, I think they're eating 5 galaxies actually, but they're not like big like ours, Jimmy, but they're big. Well, Andromeda's gonna eat us in 500 million years. They said it was gonna be 2 billion, but now they keep changing the time zone.
Well, that's because Andromeda is like the 3i Atlas. It's speeding up to come after us.
It's hungry.
Mm-hmm. And it herd humans just like chickens, so it's coming for us specifically.
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, when galaxies merge, it don't always necessarily destroy everything. Sometimes stuff just gets pushed around and reformates in different places and goes into different stable orbits. You can see that.
Yeah, everything's got its own gravity around it. So, I mean, there might be a little bit of chaos, but everything should eventually just merge smoothly.
Well, yeah, Jeff. If there's like a pocket of planets, a pocket of stars, and system comes rolling up in the air, it's going to be chaos. And I'm not going to say there's not going to be some, but it just doesn't seem. When you looked at, they started showing them lately, merging together, and they did a couple of different types of animations on Andromeda to see how it would merge with us, and it's kind of weird looking, but they showed us other ones that we already know about and how they're settling in now, and they don't seem to be completely full of chaos and destruction. A lot of the planets, it's almost like solar systems act like buffer zones and push each other.
But it seems like it's a built-in mechanic, like it's supposed to happen that way.
Yeah, well, our solar system is surrounded by energy, so it would make sense that it acted like a little bubble and we just bounced around. Well, it depends on the force. I mean, if a big old Jupiter-class planet comes running up in it, I don't know if it's going to stop that.
Yeah, I mean, the Oort cloud isn't like an energy bubble. It's just ice and water. It's all frozen.
And remember, it can go above and below it. It's not completely surrounding us.
Yeah, it's got holes in it too, yeah.
Yeah, just gaps and places to get in. Same thing with the asteroid belt. Well, actually, the asteroid belt's on the ecliptic.
The asteroid belt's only on a slim plane. So the Oort cloud goes around like this, roughly. But the ecliptic plane for the planets is like that. I mean, it's a very thin line, which is why it was strange for 3i Atlas. The way it came into our solar system, most objects come in above so the ecliptic plane is this. This is where all the planets are. Most things come in at weird angles like that. This thing came in right at that same angle, the same level, same.
All three of them did. That's what's really.
All three of them did. Yeah.
It's not the fact that one of them did. All three of them did. It's just creepy wherever they came from. And then they don't even think the second one or the first one came from the same place that the third one did.
No, likely not.
So that's really even more creepy.
Well, the fact is that to me, it means those three objects were specifically aimed to come in at our solar system at the plane of the planets.
Well, maybe. I mean, they like even Avi Loeb had to agree that it is a 1 in 20,000 chance, and there's a lot of shit floating around.
But it happens 3 times in a row.
Well, we don't see.
That makes it 3 in 20,000.
Yeah, but see, we don't even know because well, it makes it 3 in 60,000, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, as well as I do, there's way more than 60,000 pieces of shit floating around out there. So.
Way more than that.
It's not that big of a number when you think about the amount of stuff that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, the thing that bothers me the most is they're all three from a different somewhere. Because we don't know where the hell they're from. Because everything born in this solar system was born from our sun. So it's all connected somehow or another.
And one thing that they haven't said, and I know they have the data, they know they know whether those same 3 objects came from the same place or not. We may not know where they came from, but we have data that suggests if they are all related.
Well, they think one of them came from the area where the WOW signal came from.
Yeah.
The other 2 they think came from the other side of the galaxy, or other side of the galaxy. So it's kind of weird. But they all rove at the plane of the ecliptic. And it might be something that drives them like that when they're in deep space. I mean, the thing was hauling ass, Jimmy. 134,000 miles an hour is not exactly putting. I mean, it's not cosmic speed, but still, it's not putting. You know what? I think I have that. No, I think
the average speed of our comet is like 50,000 miles an hour. These things are going 3 and 4 and 5 times that.
Yeah. Okay, Jesse, it's Earth 2.0. The closest planet that could be our new home. Yes. Well, we can't play it because it's 25 minutes, but that's too long for the show. But you can go check it out. Yeah, it just kind of gives you a rundown on one of the planets they found. They found a couple of them recently that they think would actually be better than Earth. Yes, better than Earth. Ain't that some shit? And then Elon's people, along with a couple other crews, think, being the operative word, that they may have stumbled across a type of FTL drive. It's like a portal drive. It's not even a worm.
Stumbled upon, meaning they found it here on Earth, or they stumbled upon it building one?
No, they made it. They built it by accident, I think, but they built it. So there was a couple of companies that were competing on this, and some guy crisscrossed over, and they think they got one. We'll find out, I guess, one of these days. Let me tell you something, Randy. If they got an FTL drive, we're not going to find out about it. It's going to be like
not
Stargate.
For 50 or 100 years, probably.
Yeah, it'll be like Stargate. They'll be flying all over the place. Oh, it might slip up. We might get out before then, but still. Well, because it's to explore our solar system, we don't have to have faster than light travel. It would be nice to be able to do about 400,000 miles an hour just to get around, but you don't have to have faster than light travel. Matter of fact, I don't even know how safe faster than light travel would be inside of a solar system. So much crap floating around.
Well, if you notice on most sci-fi shows, ships capable of light speed don't go to light speed while they're within the solar system.
Yeah,
they wait till they're outside of it.
And they base a lot of their shit on science. Well, a lot of people think they're going to have some type of wormhole technology or gate technology or portal technology.
I mean, the Stargate postulation from both the movies and TV shows, think about the applications of that. You don't need a spaceship. You just you dial a phone number, bloop, bloop, bloop. The door opens up. You step through. Bada boom, bada bing. It's no thing. You're already there.
Yeah, but that limits stuff, how much you can carry, how many people you can bring.
Well, I mean,
at one time. I mean, over a period of time, it doesn't. But at one time,
I mean, depending on how long you keep the door open, that kind of thing.
So this drive is based on it pops up here, shoots itself towards looks like Proxima. And then releases itself, and it will jump to 1.1 million miles per second. That's like 5 times the speed of light, right?
Wow.
Or 3
what
times.
Is the number again?
1.1 million. So what is it? 184.
186,000 miles per second.
And this is 1.1 per second. Yeah, that's cruising. That means you could get. That means people you
like
could get
warp 2 or 3 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, at least. So that means you could get to Proxima Centauri in a few minutes. Well, you do it like this.
Well,
so
if
4 light years away.
How far away is it from us? 40 light years?
No, 4 light years. So it's as easy.
Well, so if you go at light warp speed 2, you get there in 2 years. If you go there at warp speed 3, you get there in 1.5 years. And then like warp speed 4, you get there in 11 months.
They it's well, no, so yeah, because it comes out to we got to do the math.
Yeah, and the faster in warp you go, it decreases a little bit. So if it's 4 light years, you go at the light speed, it takes you 4 years to get there. You double that, it becomes 2 light years. And then if you double that again, it goes a little bit, you get a little bit of a discount, and then it's like 1.5, and it decreases exponentially until the point where it's almost instantaneous. We don't have that vast amount of speed yet.
No, so at 5 times the speed of light on a trip that's 4 light years, it would take you
like 40 minutes, maybe 4 days, probably something like 4 days or 5 days, something like that.
Yeah, so inside your own areas, you're part of the galaxy, you get around pretty good. But even even we'll just say 10 times the speed of light. Going distances is going to still take a long time.
Yeah.
I mean,
galaxy to galaxy.
Yeah, 160,000 light years away, 160 billion light years away. I mean, even at that kind of speeds, it's going to take you some time to get there.
So there's an example from Star Trek. The I forget the name of the people, but the group takes over the Enterprise. They turn everybody on the ship into like little cubes that can be easily crushed if they want to kill you. And they take the Enterprise out of the galaxy, and they put some device on it, so they're constantly doing like warp 12 or something like that. But still, going from our galaxy to their galaxy was going to take 700 years. So that just think about that. If you're going 10 times the speed of light and it takes you 700 years, that's a vast. Our brains can't even comprehend the distance.
What are you talking about, Jack? Warp 1, at 1 times the speed of light, they're 5 light years away. It would take 5 years to get there.
Yep.
What you're confusing yourself. Yeah. 2 would do. Yeah, there you go. 3 would be like 2.5 or 1.75.
No, so let's use 5 light years as the example. So speed 1, warp 1 takes you 5 years. You go to warp 2, it's going to cut it in half to about 2.5 years. You go to warp 3, it's going to cut it again in half. So you're looking at about like 1.25 years, maybe 1 1/8, because the faster you go, the further you're going to go faster. It's a weird thing, but you will increase speed exponentially. And then you go to warp 4, probably looking at maybe 25% of the time. So instead of 5 years, you're looking at maybe a year. All right. And then warp 5, it'd probably take you like, I would think maybe 5 weeks, something like that, 5 days, something on that order to get you from here to there in that time frame. And you go to warp 6, it would be like 6 minutes. Warp 10 would be almost instantaneous.
You'd be cruising, people. Well, we're working on FTL, so keep your fingers crossed and see.
Something that's 4 light years away, you probably couldn't achieve warp 10 because you wouldn't have enough time to slow down.
Yeah, you just blow by it.
Yeah, if you would blow by it by about 6 light years, you'd have to stop, turn around, and come back 4 or 5 light years.
No, what do you mean, Jeffrey? It's all that stuff gets crazy the faster you go. Warp 10, warp 100.
And again, our brains can't comprehend the massiveness of these numbers and sizes and the distances. It's just not there. Our imaginations can give us, a good idea, but if we were to go into outer space with the perfect image of, distance in your mind, and then you close your eyes and you open them up and you're on the moon, you'd be like, holy shit, I was wrong. It's way more than that.
I know. Jimmy, 160,000 light years. Let me see. It's 120. That would be 16 minutes. Yes. You said 160,000. Yeah, it would be 16 minutes. That's hard ass. But we've got to be able to develop things that can see that far ahead, to know what's out there. Even if we develop portal technology, we got to know there's nothing at the other side of the portal when we come flying out of it and shit.
That's something they didn't really talk about with the portal wormhole technology in Stargate. Is what if something came in and severed the wormhole in the middle of a connection? They had problems where it one side or the other would fail and the wormhole would collapse, but anything where it something cut it in between.
Yeah, half you go one way, half you go the other way.
Yeah.
I don't know, Stephen. These kind of technologies are going to be interesting, cool. We've got a long ways to go. Well, there's a lot of good videos on it. Nothing we can show, though, because they're third-party videos. Yeah.
We've already gotten in trouble for that.
Yes, they're third-party videos. I know, bites. Every now and then I can find one put out by Lockheed or Martin or Boeing or somebody. And you can play those. You can play the ones put out by the government or NASA, but the ones that somebody goes and makes about, Boeing, that you can't play those. Don't ask me. That's YouTube. It's probably to protect the other people's money or something.
Mm-hmm.
If I have it monetized. I imagine that's what it's for. I can't be 100% sure, but I imagine that's what it's for. No, we'll be taking a break, but you know, we were stationed. We were on. We were sitting out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. Not even sure where we were. Probably near the hotel somewhere, the Bikini Hotel somewhere, or somewhere like that. And they decided out of nowhere that they had just got this weapon that they wanted to test. And it was so big and so bad, we all thought it was a nuclear weapon. At first, it wasn't, come to find out. It was a traditional bomb. It's a traditional bomb that would have flattened New York City. Yeah, so I always wondered what it was made out of, and then I never heard nothing else about it after that. It just all seemed to go the way of the dodo bird. Maybe it didn't work correctly. Maybe it worked too good.
Maybe it worked so good it went back to top secret, and they only used it when they needed to, and now it's coming out, and we now know about it. Is that what's going on?
I don't know. No, we still don't know about it. Every once in a while, I hear something. Every once in a while, I hear something about.
But the thing is, if you look back, and I only have, I don't know, 40 years that I kept an eye on this stuff. If you look at our technology, it trickles out in waves, sometimes 20 years, 30, 40 years. You know, the cell phone system we're using now, the U.S. government and the military and police stations, you know, most certain police departments were using that technology in the 40s and 50s. Right, and those cell phones back then, the whole trunk of the police car took up was the cell phone, and then there was a regular traditional phone in the front. If you've ever watched, was it My Mother, the Car 54, Where Are You?
Yeah.
What's the one with the FBI guy? Dun, 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 dun. You remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay, they all had a car phone, but it wasn't like a cell phone. It was like a traditional corded telephone in the car. When that technology no longer was top secret and useful, and they got a better system, which is whatever they're using now, in the 90s, that's when all the cell phones, it was 93, 94, 95-ish, cell phones started hitting the market. That's 40 years, people. That's how long they kept on to that cell phone technology. That's just one example. You can look at it through our jet fighter technology. You can look at it through our boat, our Navy technology. You can look at it through any of our common technology we have that people use, medical devices. There's all kinds of stuff out there. It was used by the government in top secret laboratories first, then used practically for 20, 30 years second, and then finally decided it's no longer viable, or they have a better device to replace it. And so the newest technology gets trickled down to us after they're done with it, and they have no more practical use for it. That's kind of how it happens. It's like hand-me-downs. You know, how many kids, I'm the oldest, so it didn't happen to me, but how many people have younger kids, younger brothers and sisters that had to wear your clothes after you were done with them? Same feeling. Same feeling.
Yeah.
We're getting trickled down technology from the U.S. government when they get a better system to replace that system, and then they give that replaced system to us until the next 20 years. Then we get that system that replaced that. And so look at audio technology. You had reel-to-reel tape. Then you had 8-track tape. Then it got smaller. You got cassette tape. And it got smaller. You had micro cassette tape. And then it disappeared. And you got digital.
Yeah, thumb drives.
Well, just the digital recorders too. Like they used to have the little micro cassette recorders was like, you know, about the size of a candy box, and you'd hit a button. You know, all the you know, the detectives on the private detective shows on the TV had the same recorders. It's just you can just see it happen. There's just they throw away the stuff that's no longer of use to them, give it to us, and instead of, you know, giving us the good stuff. Because I mean, I want this. I don't care who I have to kill to get it. I want this. I want one of these that works. I want one of these. I don't have the tricorder down here, but I want a tricorder that works.
Like, give the guy a tricorder, man.
Think about if, I mean, we have it kind of sort of with the GPS, but think about it if you're out in the woods. You know, your woods. You don't have unless you take a cell phone. You don't have. No, I guess your cell phone would be the tricorder, wouldn't it? So I got the tricorder.
Yeah.
But you can use it as a GPS tricorder. Where the hell am I? Oh, we go this way. And you get yourself unlost.
Yes, unless you have to be in an area where there's no satellite connection, then you're screwed.
Well, that's the thing about the tricorder. It doesn't need the technology. It operates on its own. It has sensors and things built into it, so it will direct you without having, a satellite network or a Wi-Fi network or, Google, whatever.
Yeah, when Jay gets lost in nowhere in Arkansas and we hear about this deliverance table, it's just
There's that dude on that alligator show that if I get lost anywhere in the woods, that dude who jumped into the water by himself with just a pocket knife against a 10-foot gator, I want that dude to come look for me because ain't nothing going to kill his ass coming to find my ass.
Mm-hmm. Well, gators get a bad rap, man, other than eating your kids and your pets.
And your puppies and kitties.
Yeah, they'll do stuff like that. But that's only if they're not well fed gators, or if you leave it where you can, they can get to them. Stupid chihuahuas will go out there and bark at the stupid gators. Gators looking at them like, your lunch, right? Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, not even lunch. It's a quick appetizer.
But if they're well fed, they won't mess with them. There's an old lady in Florida. She feeds them so they'll leave her dogs alone. And you'll see every once in a while she goes out there with an old black skillet, and the gator get all rusty and what. She'll just whack him in the nose. The gator just goes get in the water. Like, okay, Grant.
I wouldn't even do that. I go out there with my shotgun. If it gets frisky, I'll shoot it in its face.
No, and she just like pets to her.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I hear they smell funny too, don't they?
No, gators don't smell any worse than any other swamp rodent. Gators good eating. Got the hides make great boots. There's a lot of good things come out of an alligator.
Oh, I hear the tail is the best part of it.
For eating the meat, yeah. But when you're doing shoes, everything's the belly's the best part, actually.
Yeah.
Well, you can get baby alligator down here for probably $1,000 a set of boots. Baby croc, I'm gonna run you probably around 5, maybe 3. It just depends where you are. I imagine you could probably find some on sale somewhere, but have I ever bought some? I'm not going to answer that question.
Can you buy gator meat at the grocery stores, or do you have to go to like special delis?
You can in certain parts of the country. Like down here, you can.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Yeah, we can't. Yeah. You're not going to get that up here. We just don't have the. By the time,
there's no
you mail it
demand
from Louisiana, it'd be no good. It'll get turned bad.
No, they just flash freeze. Man, they are down here. They are like gods of sending food around the world. I mean, we got so much seafood we send out. They either flash freeze them or they just throw some hot ice in there with them.
Well, I know they do that with the lobster from Maine. I didn't know that would do that with the gator meat.
Do that with any meat.
Yeah. I've always wanted to try it. I mean, I've heard that the tail meat's pretty good.
Gator tail. So if you cook it in a butter and garlic sauce, just butter and garlic and maybe some couple other vegetables, it's going to taste like whatever you cook it with. And if you throw it in with food, like in jambalaya and things like that, it picks up the taste. First time I ever ate alligator, I ate alligator and crawfish actually on alligator and crawfish pizza at 2:00 in the morning at a place called K Pastas. And fucking shit was fire.
You say alligator and crawfish pizza?
Yeah, alligator and crawfish pizza, yeah.
Okay.
It was good too, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was good. Of course,
I'm imagining the crawdads were peeled.
Yeah, they were peeled. They were good too, man. What do you mean, Jeff? Don't laugh. They were good, man. Yeah, I was blue. I ain't gonna lie. I had
crawdads don't suck. I've had them. I don't suck the head, but I've done eating the tail part of it.
It's man, what are you talking about? The heads where all the good shit is. It's well, no, Jeff.
No, thank you.
That's why they call it. That's why they call it the finching tail and sucking head. That's what they call it down here. The reason they do that, so when you pull a crawfish out, a tail out, you grab it right above where the fin is, and you pinch the tail down, and you grab the meat with your teeth. It comes as long as the crawfish are cooked right, comes out every time. Perfect.
One big piece. Yep.
Yeah.
It works the same way with a lobster too.
As far as the heads go, you just grab side, crush them a little bit. And you know what it's like? Oh, I can't say that on this show. Oh yeah, I could say that on this show if I wanted to, but is there? No, we might have ladies listening.
That's so gross. So gross. That's like the dude. That's like the dude who's like he's eating chicken, and he's just finished everything on that drumstick, and then there's that little knob of just like cartilage and junk at the end. He goes like this.
Shit. I thought I killed my chihuahua one time.
Oh, that's so gross.
He ate a whole chicken leg. I thought I killed him. I was like, oh man, that dog ate a
I've
whole
seen this dude
chicken
literally. He took the knuckle of the drumstick he was eating, and ate. I mean, literally, he's eating like the knuckle and the cartilage and all the stuff that nobody else eats. Even a dog won't even eat that crap.
Well, you've never noticed a lot of Asian people eat the shell on the shrimp and all?
No, I never noticed that. That's no wonder they have terrible.
Watch.
Insides.
I was surprised first time I seen it. It's like, matter of fact, I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, "Did you just eat the tail?" And I said, "That's like you fucking stupid." He's like,
Well, I mean,
I said, "Dude, Americans don't eat that."
They actually have a warning during summertime because in summertime, it's practically around Maryland. They have crab feasts a lot, and now you don't never necessarily particularly nobody actually intentionally eats the crab shell. There may be a few idiots that do, but they still put the warning out because while you're eating it, you're using crushers to crush open the claws and you're breaking open the shell and whatnot.
God dang rookies!
You're bound to not once in a while to get a little piece of claw sliver or shell sliver inside of you, and they warn against that because it can cut open your inside. It can cut your intestines.
Yes, and then you'll be dead because you'll get sepsis.
You'll get sepsis if you don't find out right away. Yeah, it could be really bad.
I think we eat a lot of crab down here. A lot of blue crab. Well, they bring
blue crab is the best, man.
Yeah,
and the good thing, thank God, they're prolific. Otherwise, we'd have eaten them to extinction already.
Yes, they are too, man. Fuckers. Oh man, they grow like weeds.
I
mean, Alaska crab is okay. Snow crab is okay. I mean, I just.
But they're not as prolific. What is it? Is it king crab? They get them out of the water. They break off one side of the legs and they throw it away. They break off one leg and throw it away.
Yeah, because there's not as many of them.
That's how they farm them. They break off one leg and put it back. If it's already missing a leg, they don't touch it. They just throw it back in until it has two claws. They only take one.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of them, but there's not enough of them to. Besides, with those, you don't really eat the body part. You just eat the claws.
Yeah, Alaskan king is just the claw, and the big daddy claw, the pincher, the one that could break your finger.
With the blue crab, you eat everything but the didman and the shell, unless it's soft shell.
Well, okay, so no, if you peel your Maryland crab right, you peel off all of the devil's legs, and you can break off the middle sections to take. If they're thick enough, you'll know. You can break them in half and get meat out of them. But the devil's wings, the last two, the paddles that they swim on, if you grab the last knuckle that attaches to the body and you pull just right, it'll pull that chamber's piece of meat out, and it'll be a nice big chunk. So that piece you want to eat, but what's inside the devil's fins, you don't want to touch those.
The only part of crab I haven't eaten yet is the didman. Everything else I've eaten. Matter of fact,
I've eaten not the paddle ones, but the other fingers, and then there's like the yellow mustard. You're not supposed to eat that, but it won't kill you. It's basically crab poop.
Well, they got crab fat, and what they do down here is they actually when they're opening crabs and cleaning crabs, they get rid of the didman first, and then they get all the fat out and put it in another thing. They use it for different foods they're gonna cook.
Yeah,
it makes
that's really what the mustard is. Mostly their fat, but it's also poop.
They eat the hell out of it, people. Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they eat the hell out of it.
I went to a crab cannery in Smith Island, inside the Chesapeake Bay, and it was a neat business. It was conveyor belt driven, and all these like cooked crabs would come along with these conveyor belts, and literally grandmother aged women. That's all that was in there. Grandmothers, and they all had some of them had rubber gloves, some of them didn't. Some of them had used nutcrackers to break open the claws, some didn't. But these women would grab an 8-inch point to point Maryland blue crab, and literally as soon as they touch it, 3 seconds, it is shelled, and all the good stuff is over here in a pile, all the bad stuff is over here, and they do that for a couple dozen. They throw the trash away, they put this in a cup, they put that cup on the conveyor, and they keep. It's amazing. They call it shucking, just like you do with the corn.
Yeah,
these women shuck crabs in literally 2 or 3 seconds. It's the most amazing thing you'll ever see.
Oh, they just launched another Zimwall. Did you put your damn rail guns back on it like you're supposed to?
Oh yeah, all of it. Yeah, the rail guns are back in. That much I know. So they launched another Zoom wall, or they relaunched the Zoom wall.
No, I think they put a new one in. It's an $8 billion craft.
But it's not the Zoom wall.
Yeah, and I knew that. Yeah, last I heard they were going to stop at 3.
But it's not the Zumwalt class, is it?
Yes, Zumwalt. It's a Zumwalt. That's what it is. That's the kind of ship it is. But it doesn't say.
What's the name of it?
I don't see it.
What's the hull number?
That's what I'm looking for. So that's the original right there, the 1000. They don't have nothing painted on it yet. I guess it's still in testing phase.
Has it passed its sea trials yet?
I don't know. It's weird. It's got weird tiles on it. How
Even if it hasn't passed its sea trials, it should still have a hull number. It's still there should.
Yeah.
Let me start that over. There should
I noticed
still
down
be a
here
naval
in the
contract on that hull number.
I noticed down here, as from the shipyards, they don't put a hull number until it's turned over to the Navy.
Really?
Yeah, they'll have like an X1
How do they know
number.
what hull it is if they don't paint the freaking goddamn number on it?
Because they know what sharpest ship it is. You can look at it and tell what ship it is. And,
Well, you maybe tell what class it is, but you don't know if it's like number 35 or it's just the 36.
oh, when they're working on it, yeah, they know what it is because it comes with a thing. But on this one, all they got is like it just says in the very front of the thing, it's got a little mark. It just says like X36 or something. That's all it says. It just means it's under testing. That's all. It's weird because this one's got some kind of weird top with weird tiles on it. I've never even seen that. Reflecting test strategy. Okay, that's weird. Oh, look, it's got a hangar on board. How cool.
Let's see.
It can launch a plane. Well, that's cool.
U.S. Navy launches future $8 billion stealth ship out of. Oh, that's all it says. It's a YouTube video.
U.S. Navy launches its futuristic $8 billion stealth ship. It's got to be just a regular Zimwalt, people. I don't think these idiots know what they're talking about.
Oh, speaking of Zumwalt, they carry hypersonic missiles on board. Neat segue. I don't know if we talked about this yet. Did you hear that, or did we hit this? Moscow launched a hypersonic missile into Kyiv in retaliation for drone attacks earlier in the week.
They actually launched more than one. Well, we played the videotape. Was it 2-3 weeks ago? You hear it doesn't sound like a regular rocket. It's not like it's like woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, but I mean, I think this is today.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, but this was like 6 or 7 of these suckers they launched. I don't
Yeah,
know
that
where
was
they
a
were
few
going.
weeks ago, but I think this is today.
NASA's rovers are on Mars being cleaned by mysterious alien forces.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Dolly.
NASA's rovers are. NASA said this a couple times before. So they had the one rover that died. They just died.
No.
The last picture it took, the whole entire solar panel was just like mud.
It's now back working again, isn't it?
Well, the next morning, it was clean, like it was. It was shiny, like somebody put some fucking Windex
Polish
or something.
Hmm.
I was like,
It's
look
very
at it.
strange because the same thing happened to Voyager 1. It literally ceased functioning and was gone from the map for 8 years, people. 8 years, 8 full years. And then all of a sudden, bloop, it comes back together. And when it went offline in its 8 years prior, whatever made it go offline was a tragic failure of its equipment, which was expected. And it had, in fact, actually outlived its expected lifespan. And then NASA knew eventually at some point they're going to lose it and they'll never get it back. That happened. 8 years goes by, and then it comes back, and whatever part ceased functioning 8 years prior was now not only functioning 100%, but was repaired. It was literally, that's the exact words in the NASA report. It was repaired. Who the fuck repaired, pardon my French, our machine heading towards the Oort cloud? Who's out there?
Oh, what the hell was that? Sorry,
It didn't self-repair. I guarantee you that. It wasn't that smart of a machine.
No, well,
And it's only just slightly bigger than a lawnmower.
They did have some self-repair features on, not a lot, but
Oh, by the way, we are coming up on another break.
yeah, they it was kind of weird, but it wasn't the only rover that got cleaned. They've talked about this a couple of times. All the rovers that are in operation are still, it's like somebody's cleaning them. The one of
How is
them,
that possible? I mean, it's the same thing with the.
well,
Voyager. How is it
they're saying that on a couple of occasions they seen dirt devils and they drove him into the dirt devil. And dirt devil cleaned them off. Maybe that's true.
Please.
Maybe the dirt devil would have done more damage. I don't know, but they were showing one.
They're saying Dirt Devil cleans off mud off of a rover on Mars.
Yeah, well, if it's strong enough, it could, but it just seems like some bullshit. And then they showed one of them that had a hole in the wheel. You know, the metal jack piece was missing. It was every now and then it would hang up on a rock or something, and then it wasn't missing.
So somebody changed the freaking tire?
I don't think they turned the tire, but they changed a little piece that goes in there, or somehow it mysteriously came back on
the freaking tire.
Or they changed the tire. I don't know. I think the Martians are getting a kick out of this shit. They go, look at these idiots with these things rolling around on our planet, man. Come the fuck on.
Yeah.
But they're all sitting up there going, we got to worry about seeing these guys for a fucking 100 years at least.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What is that, Jimmy? Oh, that's yeah, I've seen that before. It's probably what I heard blowing around in my ears a little while ago.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of here. Where's on that? Yeah. All right, dude. SS 71.
You're coming in muted for
Well,
some reason.
All right, geez and Pete's, man. I thought I was having to jump out of bridge there for a minute.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Now you're clear.
Okay, that was a little bit on the insane side.
Insane in the membrane. Oh, did we put insane in the description? That helps us with our numbers, you know.
Yeah, but we usually put that on Saturday.
Oh, on the chat. Okay.
Yeah. Where's that, Christopher? Wait. Oh, we all love some Trump, yeah, because he's insane. Wait, what is the U.S. reclaiming now? Former Serbian lands. Wait, what are we recovering? Look, Trump.
Wait. Yeah, we've never formerly owned any of that.
I don't know what we.
Oh, I got to tell you something funny. I was watching the local news in D.C. and the weatherman said. He was talking about the cold weather. He's like, pretty soon we're going to have some hot weather here so you can get back to these beaches here in D.C. I'm like, fool, there's no beaches in D.C. What are you talking about?
Yeah, maybe you would drive like 45 minutes.
Yeah, no, drive like 300 miles to the eastern shore. Yes, beach. No problem.
Jack, they wanted us to sell them F-16s. Iran does, yeah.
Iran wants us to sell them F-16s.
Yeah, because we won't let them buy nothing Russian.
Iran wants us to sell them F-16 fighter planes so they can declare war against us with our fighter.
They've got F-14 Tomcats, which is freaking just as good as F-16.
Well, which we gave, that's Reagan's fault. We gave him that shit back in the 80s. So, but that's okay. We can defeat those.
They don't have no. They don't have no spare parts. Is what the problem is.
Yeah, and they probably don't have the kill switch on all of them. But I mean, it doesn't matter. We have our new fighter planes can shoot their stuff. You know, those F-14s, our stuff out of the sky before they can even launch a missile or even see us with their detecting devices.
The only thing we have on the field that's compatible to them that's not super jet is the F-15. F-15 and F-14 are basically the same jet. I mean, the only real difference is the F-14 had swept wings. That's why I could go vertical.
F-15 is fixed wing.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say the A-10 Warthog could stand against an F-15 and F-14.
Maybe
it's not as fast, granted, but it's got a lot more armor on it, and it's got one hell of a fucking 20mm cannon.
No matter what kind of armor you got, when the jets come on your ass at Mach 2 firing that sidewinder, you're dead.
I guess that's true.
you're still dead. No, I think I think that the Warthogs were like 600 miles an hour or something. They were like the old Corsair 2s.
They're tank busters. Maybe they get up to 700, 800 miles an hour. But
no,
yeah,
I don't think they broke Mach, but not that I heard anyway. I never heard that they went over Mach.
I was gonna say maybe 700, maybe 800. Yeah, yeah, maybe. But still, though, they're a hell of a plane.
More problems with 3i Atlas. I see. It's sped up again.
Are they still? Yeah, are they still talking about it? I thought that thing was out of the galaxy already.
That's I think pretty soon it's going to be as close as it was to the sun at 310,000 miles an hour. I mean, 310,000 miles. I don't know why it keeps changing speed. You have to go ask AI Atlas.
Well, but the speculation on that is that it's outgassing. But the thing is, if it was outgassing, like expelling gases that it's carrying with it, it would lose mass. It's not losing mass. Staying the same size, but still spitting out gases constantly. The gases are in the opposite direction of travel, so the gases are obviously propelling it.
200 million year old space signal finally decoded. It says humans get the fuck out the galaxy.
Yeah, that's right. Your lease is up. Get out. You got 30 days.
I'm like, uh-oh, man. Hey, man. It's our galaxy now, mother humper. You're 200 million years old. Your ass probably don't even exist anymore.
Can you imagine? No, nearly 15 billion year, 14 billion year old galaxy. How many societies, super advanced, not super advanced, have come and gone that are extinct? Many of which we'll never ever even be able to find because of, after even, what do they say? After 1 million years or so, even our society, except for the traces we leave in the atmosphere, you'll never know by looking at the planet. There'd be no trace whatsoever. You would, even if you dig deep, you still wouldn't be able to find any evidence of us after like 1 million years.
Jimmy, we're going to go to break in a second. I did. There's a lot of billionaires fleeing California. The Google guy's not the only one. I mean, Apple's already left. So has Elon Musk. Yeah, they're fleeing. They got a new billionaire wealth tax coming on. People are not going to pay that.
Didn't one of the big contractors, Northrop Grumman, didn't they move out?
No, but they're not going to go with this big wealth tax thing. It's going to be like 40% people. So you understand this. Billionaires, the 1% pay. You want to know how much of taxes they pay in the United States? 67%. 1% of our country pays 67% of the fucking taxes, and you want to make them pay more. I just don't think that's right. I think you just, I don't give a fuck how much money they got. You're fucking them. I mean, go get it. You don't want to pay your money out. They don't pay your money out either.
Yeah, it's not their job for their money to, bank us.
Americans need to pick up, and we pay 30%, and they pay 27%, and they still pay 67% of the taxes. So let's say you bumped them to 40% tax bracket. That means they would be paying like 90% of the taxes.
Well, let's say, for example, you make $50,000 a year. You pay 38% sales. You pay, let's just say 30% because it's a little better number. You pay 30% in income tax. Then you have a guy who makes, $50 million, and he pays 26% in sales tax. His 26% sales tax is way more money than your 30% out of your 50 grand.
It is
way more.
It's way the fuck more money. Look, people. I'm. Besides that, so what's going to happen is, let's say you get this tax passed like they're going to do in Florida. I mean, in California. What's the next thing that's going to happen? Say Coca-Cola's got to pay this new lumen wealth tax. Well, guess what they're going to do? They're not going to pay it. You're going to pay it.
The Coca-Cola is going to become $6 a can in the machine, just like in the Running Man.
Yeah, I mean, Americans are stupid sometimes, and this is one of the things
who carries $6 worth of quarters in their pocket? Nobody. It must weigh 40 pounds.
Yeah. And it's like when you tell me guns kill people. No, people kill people. Guns don't kill anybody.
People with guns kill people.
That's Martha, where you at? Have you killed anybody today, Martha? No, my baby said no, I ain't killed nobody.
Yeah.
She said she don't even like killing. She says it's distasteful. I know, a gun that thinks killing is distasteful. What can you say? No, we got to take a break right quick, though. Presidential doomsday plan.
I got to get me something more to drink. I am out of tea.
Yeah, we're going right now. Presidential doomsday plane lands in Los Angeles, provoking panic. Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
What is the presidential doomsday plane?
That's the one that flies around.
What did you say doomsday plan? What?
You don't know the doomsday plan. It's the plane that when everything's nuking the raid, they're in that plane giving out orders.
That's Air Force One, isn't it?
No. Air Force One is Air Force One. Air Force One flies him around and takes care of him. This is the doomsday plane. This is when the world's going to hell. It can take radiate.
And where did it land?
It landed in Los Angeles. Provoking panic. I don't know why it provoked panic.
Because the Los Angeles are, except for the Goodmans, a bunch of sissies.
Yeah. No, that plane is definitely armed, and it has things that keeps the radiation off the president. It's designed to be his flying bunker. Well, the Air Force One's cool, but I don't think it's quite as prepared as this thing is. Trump's new tax cuts offer retirees a $450 boost. Well, give me my boost, man. I'm fucking retired. Why did Venezuela's air defense fail in USS? Because we have stealth. Why do you think it failed? Well, all the helicopters weren't stealthy,
but we do have silent helicopters that you don't hear as much as conventional helicopters. They're a very, very loud machine.
They're showing Greenland and the two places on Greenland: Space Command, the NASA, the U.S. government, and their little town.
Yeah.
Or two little towns. NASA announces emergency evacuation from space station. I never heard that.
What? Is it not a drill?
He just said, we were going to a break, Kirk, but now we're going to go see what this is. Well, this wasn't even our story fold tonight.
Well, medical situation, apparently.
Yeah.
It forces NASA to consider evacuation for astronauts. That was 1 day ago.
Yeah, people see how they write these bullshit stories. That's why they call them bait and click.
Here's one 3 hours ago. ISS astronaut medical evacuation. Latest news. NASA targets return to Earth date. So they're sending up something to get him. But, because of their infrastructure, they don't have the way to just, in that event, send someone up right away. That's how does our space agency get into space if they're not piggybacking off of Elon Musk? I don't get it.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's play this right quick. And then we're going to break.
Yeah, the mission's been scrubbed, it looks like. Yeah.
Let's see. Where am I at? Hey, Dolly, in the room. I didn't even know you haven't. I haven't been back by the room.
Who do you think I've been talking to for the last hour, dude?
I've been off like 8,000 pages away. It's all right. Okay, is this the one? Is this the one? Jay, throw it up on the screen, baby.
All right, it's in.
Okay, here. X-43A.
Ooh, and it's dropping off.
Oh, yeah. That's what we talked about earlier with scams.
That's a Stratofortress right there. It fell off of. Yeah, look at that contrail. Jesus.
So this thing's supposed to be doing 9.6.
Mach 9.6.
Yeah, this is the new X.
Nearly 7,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. And look when this original test was done. 12 years ago.
Wow. So it's definitely, if they continue with that program, it's functional.
Well, yeah, that's the one's doing 9.6.
Yeah.
So
that's for the hypersonic scramjet.
This tells you when the actual program first came into public. See, I tell you this other one with the guy's got yapping. It makes my ear hurt.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's got to be up in the stratosphere, I think, Dolly.
We got to go to break, so we'll put that off to the side. Turn off thing. It's don't get all loud and nasty. What's that, Jesse Lee? We're gonna play a little music, do a little dance, and I can't say the other part. Make love.
Get down tonight. Yep.
I had to add
AC and the Sunshine Band.
No, I had to add. Yes, Carolyn, I had to add to it. But anyway, no, we're going to break. Y'all keep fucking around, but we're going to break. No, I don't even really know who did that. That was so fucking long ago. Well, we're working on a program like that right now, but that was so long ago when ICAR first started those abduction trials. Those were that was like, man, it feels like 30 years ago.
Probably because it was.
Maybe not quite 30 years ago, but okay, so we gotta play some more Red Fluke so you keep me awake. And besides, I know Jay likes the robot guy, so
You need me to take this down and put the other one up?
yeah, go ahead and drop it down, and
That one's down.
let me slide over and
Nope.
wait. That's the
That's
same
the wrong
one.
one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks. I can't even snatch the wrong one. What's that? No, I am kind of tired actually. I've been working a lot lately. Not really hard work, kind of more irritating work. Yes, but anyway, here we go.
It popped out.
Okay, what was that about?
I don't know. It just blipped out. I was about to put it up and it flipped out.
The whole thing.
The whole page is gone. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the whole channel went. Oh, gee, yeah. Yeah, the whole playlist and everything. It said adios amigos and we're to blank out of here.
Maybe YouTube flagged them for third-party violation.
No, I don't think that's what it was. I'm not sure what the hell it was, to be honest with you. No, we'll put it back on. Hold on. Nah, it just wants to be ornery, that's all. It happens sometimes when you're doing live radio.
AI is getting uppity.
Yeah, actually, my AI has been getting way up. She's going to find herself swimming in the oceans. Telling you, man.
There it is, and it's up.
All right, here we go, guys. Somebody, my friend.
Those guys just aren't right in the head. I'm sorry.
That's what do you mean, right said Fred? No, they're better than right said Fred. No, he does
the same kind of,
yeah,
same, very similar theme.
Well, I think Wright had one hit. These guys have got 4 or 5. It's well, the first time I heard them was that song we played first, the one when they're in a hospital. I'm like, what the hell is this? It was on a track. I was listening to Flow. There's a song he does I really like, and but anyway, I was listening to that and it came up. I said, well, I'll listen to it, and I kind of liked it. I was like, okay. I like the one when the old lady shows up trying to throw everybody. When the old man shows up trying to throw everybody at the house, and his old lady kind of leaves with everybody in the house. These gods ain't right, but hey, it's good. I mean, what it is about having fun. That's what I would want to be doing, having fun. Well, we're in January now, so it's going to be kind of quiet. The rest of y'all don't have any holidays until Easter. We have Mardi Gras. Yeah, so we have 2 weeks, 3 weeks of partying coming up. So we just got through with partying. Now we got 3 weeks of it coming up. And then we'll do Easter with y'all, and then, Jazz Fest will come in. We'll do Jazz Fest. Because we're not normal people down here. So we can't have one weekend where it's boring. It's a sin or something. No, it really is. Let me go see. Where were we on the stories? Let me go see. No, that's not what I was looking for. Jared, we get stories from all over. We get them Yahoo, Facebook. Well, not really so much Facebook, but MSN, CNN, all the alphabets. We'll pull stuff off there just to see what's good and what's not. Because not everything is good. A lot of it's just politely bullshit. Hey, some of it's just bullshit. I mean, that's just what it is. You get a lot of articles, it's like this thing with this shooting. So if you watch this, you heard the mayor down there screaming, "Oh, get out of my fucking town, you're getting people killed, you're doing this, you're doing that. We're going after you after every load, after every inch of the law." And then all of a sudden, this new tape comes out from the guy's chest cam, and you don't hear nobody. All the liberals shut the fuck up. Yeah, because again, liberals, you're chasing the wrong story. Why are you always on the wrong side of the fucking law?
I don't think it's just that. I think they're intentionally trying to ramp up the tension and the emotions there, for one thing. For another thing is, what they're not doing is they're not. Everyone's getting behind this woman who was killed. Was it a tragic thing? Yes. Did she deserve to die? Probably not. Did she intentionally want to run over that dude? I don't know. I can't say what was in her mind, but she hit him. So at that point, it doesn't matter. She's turned her vehicle into a weapon, which at that point his training kicks in. The fact is, no one is chastising this woman for being somewhere she shouldn't have been. She was under the false impression that what she was doing was legal and proper, that she's allowed to interfere with policemen doing their operations. They can't. The reason why policemen carry handguns is not to protect you from criminals. It's to protect them from situations like this, where someone gets in the way and continues to get in the way, and under lawful orders and commands is told to get out of their vehicle. They're under arrest, drives off and hits a police officer. Guess what? You are now a criminal. Even if she had survived, I guarantee you she would be in jail, and she would be on, for attempted murder would probably be the charge.
Well, be careful, because not all states let you get away with attempted fleeing of a scene.
Right.
So in some states like California, technically it's not illegal, even though you get in trouble for it. Alabama, Georgia, they will fucking shoot you. They will shoot you if you try to flee a scene.
It does depend on the department's policies, but for the most part, most police department policies are they are not allowed to shoot a fleeing suspect unless that fleeing suspect is shooting at them on their way away.
But you see, now that the laws are changed about, now they can include a car as a weapon. That's all changed. So so now they can say, okay.
Well, and people are questioning, why the second and third shots. Well, okay. There's a lot of unknown factors. They don't know that she's not carrying a handgun of her own and isn't going to pull it out and start shooting back.
Well, I only heard one shot and I only seen one hole in the windshield.
He shot 3 times.
Yeah, well,
once through the front windshield and twice through the side window. But the first bullet killed her. The bullet through the windshield deflected once it went through the glass. Instead of hitting her in the chest where he was aiming, it went up and hit her in the face.
Yeah, because I mean, that's one of the things everybody was talking about. There was so little noise from the gunfire that everybody was kind of shocked. I guess the witnesses were kind of shocked that it didn't make that big of a noise.
When I first saw it, I heard the 3 gunshots. I was like, he shot at least 3 times, and it is. If you see the 3, you can see that the second and third shots much clearer when he's on the side of the car after he's been hit.
Yeah, she's dead. He had to go to the hospital. And now we got another set of them that are in the same kind of shit. Except I don't think they found all of them yet. It's got to stop. And this is liberals just whipping stuff up like what happened here. This did not have to happen. If these people would not have interfered in what was going on, this would not have had to happen. It's but they just wouldn't. They had to go stick their fucking nose in the middle of it. And well, one of them got killed. And then I'm kind of confused because they said, oh, they got a 6-year-old kid. Well, we know the 2 kids were taken away from her. I don't know who the other kid was. Was it
the first 2 kids are with the first husband, I believe?
Yeah, he actually was a court battle. I was reading the story about it. And then this kid, I don't know, is it the lesbian girlfriend's kid or? And why is everything lately turning into be gay? I'm starting to bother me, man.
It is. And the third kid, I think, might be from her second marriage where the husband died.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Oh yeah, you know what? I did think I heard something about somebody's husband dying somewhere along the line. I do think I heard.
Yeah, the woman who shot her second husband passed away.
Yeah. So now she's got a gay stepmom. So that ought to be interesting. It's I don't understand because I mean this other shooting. They're saying something about the person was gay, and then we know the last 10, last big 10 school shooters were trans. And then the guy who killed Charlie, he wasn't trans, but he was dating a trans. It's weird. I've never seen. I mean, I've been alive a long time. I've never seen gays lose their mind like this before. They, it just doesn't even make any sense. Just as long as they don't go crazy in New Orleans or San Francisco, because that's where the 2 big gay populations are. Jesus. Let's not be offending nobody, man. What do you mean, Jenny? That was offensive? Well, good. It was offensive, but it was true. Don't take my word for it. For some reason, the last about 20, 25 killings were either a transvestite or a gay person or something to do with a transvestite or a gay person. No, maybe they're easily swayed. Maybe because of their emotions are more raw and more exposed. Maybe they're more easily. Okay, so let's look at the Charlie Kirk kid. So he shoots Charlie Kirk, kills Charlie Kirk. For what real reason? Oh, we heard all kind of bullshit reasons, but for what? The kid before that, before he met this individual, was just your everyday Utahn conservative. So not only did he meet a gay person, the transvestite person, somehow or another he lost all sense of reality and morality in that short period of time. How is that possible? Did he do everything with her, but sleep with her, and then found out she was gay and lose his mind or something? I'm just trying to figure it out because it's just odd. We've been knowing Jay's gay. What the fuck? That's nothing new. Give us something new, man. Oh, Sean is? No, I don't believe that. Now, if it's got gold on it, he might be gay for gold. But other than that,
he might flip for gold.
Well, because gay and queer, I'm changing those words. I've been saying this for a while. That's why I just said he could have been gay for gold. Because that's two words that got taken and misappropriated. I like the word queer. I use it for all sorts of shit. And when I'm saying that, I don't mean because somebody's gay. Oh, look at that queer fish over there. I didn't mean because the fish was gay. I meant it because the fish was weird. Because that's what the word was designed for. You know, the problem with society is we let them take one thing and then another thing, then another thing, then another thing, then another thing. And then before you know it, you're in a mess like this. I wasn't talking about gay people specifically, John. When I say they, I'm talking about, well, basically liberals. But you see, the thing of it is, I used to be a liberal. That's the fucked up part to all this. They drove me, well, actually, they drove me to Republicans, but when I joined the Republicans, they was as fucked up as the liberals are right now.
Yep.
So I left and I didn't want to be an independent side because independents don't get mad at me, but they don't really stand for anything. Centrists actually stand for stuff. Yeah. When independents vote, they're like kind of like they just vote their feelings, basically. I'm not saying they don't get educated on the topic because I know a lot of them do. But it's not a group. It's not something that can be moved around. Even though there's a lot of them, it's not really helping society because they're not together as an individual group. I don't know.
Strength in numbers.
Well, for the first time in a long time, the GOP has outperformed the Democrats in enrollment into their party, and in all the swing states, they're up in enrollment in all the swing states. Yeah, they're quite a bit ahead of the. Don't look, hey, things change.
Yeah.
Well, because when you got a blue-headed party that runs around screaming at people, getting people's face and screaming, spits on them. I mean, well, how does it solve anything? How I thought you were supposed to be the party of change and hope and make shit happen. You're the party of idiocy and ignorance.
Well, yeah, especially when you get this guy in New York with Democratic Socialist who's targeting white people's property.
Yeah, well, that's not happening either. He can do that.
No, I don't think it's going to. But I mean, think about how stupid that is. He's the mayor of New York, and in order to pay for his harebrained schemes, he's going to remove personal property of only white people. How is that fair? How is that community property?
No, that actually would. All he would do there is make New York have to pay out a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
I mean, really true. That's pure racism, and of course he would be impeached and thrown out of office.
Well, I think certainly the Supreme Court would certainly put the kibosh on any kind of laws like that or taxes like that. But still, I mean, that's what he's proposing. I mean, it's like,
oh yeah, I was listening.
It's nuts. Who thinks? I mean, and it's okay. I mean, that's not what socialism is. If he's going to do that, you take everyone's property, not just the rich people, not just the white people, everybody, even the Muslim peoples, your own people.
Frank, white people who hate on white people have been brainwashed. Most of them from colleges is what the sad part is, too.
Well, but maybe some of these left-leaning. Okay, so just going back to that poor lady who lost her life. Apparently, she's part of a community of single mothers at her child's school that have taken specific training on how to find, how to follow, how to interfere with ICE operations. So someone is teaching these people foolish ideas that it's okay to do what they did. You're not going to get in trouble. They can't arrest you, blah, blah, blah. Sovereign citizen bullshit. It's ignorance of the law, which is getting these people killed. And it's going to get more people killed. The old thing is, if you get arrested for murder and you're like, well, I don't know what murder is. Ignorance of the law does not mean you haven't broken the law.
No excuse.
They're breaking the law in an ignorant way, and it has to stop. I mean, whoever's fueling this they got to find out who's fueling. Is it the left-leaning liberal Democrats? I mean, is it, some third-party group behind the scenes? It's nuts. The one lady they had today on the Ingram angle show, I don't really care for her much because she's extremely mean, but this weird lady in a red hooded jacket and a white mask said that she was getting paid to be there because what's her name, Ingram, asked if she had a job. She said, "This is my job. I'm getting paid to do this right now." That same lady showed up later on that video you showed of the arrest. She was in that same thing later on in the day, right before the arrests. So apparently there's a lot of people getting paid to get out there and get their face into ICE's faces and make these.
Well, what the government needs to start doing, since we know what's going on, we need to start arresting the protesters, just throwing them in jail, give them 60 days or something. Say, hey, sorry, it's, this new law, and start making them sit, because a lot of people ain't going to do it. They'll come forward and say, hey, this group is giving us the money and training. But I don't know if it's illegal to do that. That's sedition.
They're going to have to do that. But I mean, the problem is that they should only arrest those people who are doing things illegally. And we talked about earlier in the show. Protesting peacefully does not mean standing in the middle of the street impeding vehicles, particularly using your vehicle to impede the progress of a police vehicle. Now, granted, this police vehicle it didn't have its emergency lights on. It was stuck in the snow, and the agents were outside of the vehicle trying to get it unstuck from the snow. And this woman interfered with those kind of operations. I mean, regardless whether they were arresting somebody out on that scene or not, you can't do what you can't do. It's just stupid to do that kind of thing. That kind of ignorance is gonna escalate and escalate and escalate, and we're gonna see, like the Watt riots of the 60s, an entire, and it isn't happening yet, but they're protesting in Minneapolis and Seattle, and eventually things are going to start burning.
But the sad part is they're not doing it. They're only doing it in blue cities. And, and you know what? I don't think all that many Americans are going to care if they burn their cities down.
It's going to be on them. I mean, that's
because
their city.
They said they didn't want Trump to bring in the National Guard, so that means now it is on them.
If they start burning the city, guess what? National Guard's showing up.
Trump ain't going to do it. Trump ain't going to do it. He already said he wouldn't. He said it's on them. They want their National Guard. They need to do it because Trump wants them to burn. Because Trump didn't come in and say, okay, all these politicians did this, and this, and have them all arrested. Pam Bondi's already looking at arresting Governor Newsom and what's her name, Bass from California.
And well, I think they're well on the way to arresting Tim Walz as well. Tampon Tim is going up as well.
And Tampon Tim probably is. He's.
He's looking. I mean, it's the stupid thing. When he announced he was bowing out of the governor race, I said, "Dude, that you're a fool. You're dumber than I thought you were." His lawyer. If I was his lawyer, I would advise him, if you want to appear innocent, don't bow out of the race. He bowed out of the race. And immediate public reaction is, oh, he's definitely guilty of whatever corruption. The dude's a whiny, simpering child in a man suit, and he's acting like a baby right now, crying, wah, woohoo, boohoo, woe is me, don't bother Minneapolis anymore. Don't bother my state anymore. Well, guess what? You failed as a leader, and because of your failure, now the president has to divert my tax resources to unfuck your goddamn state. You're muted.
I realized it when I turned around. It's that's what it is too. That state is fucked
We're
up.
having to
I don't even understand how Minnesota got that fucked
destroyed
up.
his own country, or his own state rather.
So I was watching today the people who are going against Trump and them today, saying about the state and get out ICE. Two of them were Somalis. One of them was the guy trying to be the mayor of Somali. Somali guy trying to be the mayor. One of them, I don't even know what race he was. They're all, you gotta get out of our area. Fuck you, dude. You're probably not even legal Americans. Don't tell us to get out of anywhere. If I was you, I wouldn't even get on TV. You'll probably get your ass arrested.
Or shot.
Frankly, I don't know how the ICE guys do it. I've seen some of the shit they go through, and
I'd be hitting people with my less than lethal sidearm all the time. I'd be.
I'm glad Trump.
I was actually thinking about that today, just kind of daydreaming. I was like, what if I was in that situation and I was an ICE agent and people started coming at me? I'd be like, first guy that comes near, hit him with the taser gun, boom, and then as the rest go up, say, you just keep the trigger on while this guy's going like this. You just say to the crowd, hey, you all keep coming. I'm going to keep electrifying this guy until he dies. It's on you if he dies. Back up. Use someone else's pain to make the crowd do what you want.
But now they got the pepper ball guns. Now those are great. They're paintball.
They shot a dude in the face last night. I was like, ouch.
No, Jack, no, really. They're paintball guns, man, with the big thing on top. Yeah, I've seen them out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, they also have that, and they also have these aerosols that send out this. I'd say about 6 foot long, maybe 7 foot long, 3 foot wide fog of yellow pepper, and they just go, and it'll envelop your entire face. You're gone.
It's insane. Well, I was watching that one guy was screaming at the guy's face. The guy's being nice, just standing there. He finally just got right up in his face, and he was singing. And right at the end, the guy said, "Yeah," and then a pepper ball, and they popped him in the face with one of the cans. Actually, the dude was engulfed, so you could just see he was.
Yeah.
He went down to the ground, no problem. When his ass went to jail.
Yeah.
Because Johnny, I don't think. First off, no one should ever put their hands on law enforcement ever.
Yeah.
Never. When you do that, first off rule, you're taking your own life in your own hands when you do that.
Look, I spent 4 years in furtherance of becoming a police officer. 2 years in high school as a police explorer. I hung out with cops every weekend for 2 years straight. Then I went to college and I took criminal justice, and I took classes and courses teaching me police tactics and police procedures. And right before pulling the trigger and going to the police academy right after those 2 years, I think I had 3 classes left. I don't even remember what they are, but I had prescient knowledge that in the future at some point I've envisioned myself sitting in a police car, the engine off, window down. I'm sitting in front of a sandwich shop with a sandwich and a soda in my hand. I'm eating lunch. Some guy comes up and says hi. I say hi, and he shoots me and kills me. We've been seeing that in the last few decades. So I stopped wanting to become a cop. It's the procedures that are being interfered with. People just don't understand the dangers that the reason why these police officers are carrying guns and the bulletproof armor is because they're going into situations where they know they can be shot at. They're going after criminals, gang members, rapists, cartel members, terrorists, guys that probably, if they're not aware that we're coming after them, would be carrying guns almost every day of their life. So these men have decided to put their lives on the line through certain kinds of training. It was inevitable that this was going to happen. Okay, I don't care how much against the idea of them arresting people lawfully with this arrest warrants is. You don't like it, that's fine. Don't like it, but don't put your foot in the way, because you're going to get it either shot off or run over.
It's true. Well, I mean, to me, it's just all of this is absolutely illegal. I mean, absolutely ignorant. So, down here. So let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen.
Ideas.
So let me tell you something. well, this is people feed them this and they're paying them for this.
Yeah.
So let me show you something, guys. You don't see that shit in the South. Every now and then you see it in Atlanta. And even in Atlanta, they're kind of funny about it. And the reason why is we don't tolerate that. And neither does law enforcement. If you go stand on a law enforcement guy's toes and get in his face and scream at him, guess what? You're going to fucking jail. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. You're going to fucking jail. If you
They're trained
screaming
close quarter tactics. I've taken some of these close quarter tactics.
Well, in the South, we believe if you're screaming at somebody, you're committing a crowd, you're committing a felony because he can't hear the surrounding around him, whatever may be dangerous. The reason he's actually there, he can't actually hear what's going on. So they're like, no, you can't do that. And
or just getting in his face. You don't touch him. You're blinding him. You're reducing his line of sight, his vision.
Jimmy, you don't want to fuck with these redneck cops. Trust me on this. Even I don't like fucking with these redneck cops. No.
Here's the difference between northern cops and southern cops. So northern cop, he's pulling you over and you run away. He goes, stop or I'll shoot. Then he pulls out his gun, finds the magazine, puts it in, cocks it, and then he goes to shoot you. You're already gone. Down south, it's like, bam, stop or I'll shoot.
Actually, but down south will be more like this. You'll start to run your head. You okay there? You sure you're okay? Everybody's laughing
around like a fish on the pavement.
Then if you get that running, he'll shoot you. No, they don't fucking play around with that shit. They're not. It's a different environment. That's why crime is different here. Oh, it's not that some of the southern cities don't have bad. There's one or two in Tennessee that need this shit straightened out, which they're doing right now. New Orleans is always a shithole, but New Orleans is also a blue city, just like Baton Rouge is. So you can have blue cities in the South. Oh yeah, Austin's a blue city. Austin, unfortunately, used to be a really good city. It used to be like shh. Now it's going. What do you mean? When was I in Austin? Who told you that? Well, first off, that was top secret, but secondly, I wasn't actually in Austin. I was in LA. Send me an email. Tell me who told you that. No, I'm not lying. I know what you're talking about now. I was there. I attended the event. But the event I attended it was a live event. He was just in Austin talking. I was listening in LA. Yeah. It's the internet. It's easy to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was a big party. Actually, just so y'all know, in April and May, it gets fucking cold in LA, so wear a jacket at night. Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, because a couple of years there I didn't. I was there. It was kind of warm outside. It's LA, people.
It's some Santa Ana winds. Bringing in that
Darling, I have been to LA, if you count my military time and then time in between. Times that we've gone to Vegas and stuff and going out there 22, 23 times. What do you mean I'm scared to go to Vegas? Why would I be scared to go to Vegas? Ain't nobody gonna fuck with me in Vegas. Even the cops don't want to fuck with me in Vegas. They look at me and go, this guy looks like a dick. Because I am. It's funny. I was at a club one night. And I was with my stepson. We were playing darts, and we were playing for money. Not him and I were playing against other people. And we were doing really good that night. And I was just two ladies were sitting next to us, and he was single. So I was like, "Well, talk to him, Sam. Talk to him." He's chatting him up, and this guy just walks out of nowhere and just grabs her by the back head and just clubs her full fisted. I was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Dude, what did you just do?" He started talking shit. He started pushing me. I said, okay, well, I know the guy who owns a bar. Let's go outside because he's a friend of mine. We get outside. I fucking keep walking. I just fucking decked him, dropped him. He gets up and decked him again, dropped him again. Then I grabbed him by his head and slid his face down the wall. And the wall had these little prickly things from the stucco on it. I fucking shredded his ass. Then he hit the ground again. He gets up and fucking decked him again. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm like, there's like fucking 10 people on top of me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm getting handcuffed. I look at him. He fuck if it's a cop. I'm like, oh shit. I mean, he was a cop. And so we're talking, and the supervisor came on. I told him what happened. He said, I said, you go in. I said, Billy will give you the, I said, Ryan will give you the tapes. I said, he recorded everything. You can go watch it for yourself. So he walks, and he knows the guy who owns the place too. He walks in. He said, Ryan. He said, yeah. He said, you boys just punched her in the face. So the girl's back there, two of them back there. He walked. She said, I don't want to tell you. She said, "Oh no, tell me." And she told him. They took his ass to jail, locked him up, put him away for 4 years. Because when the wife got up there and the girlfriend started getting up there and testifying, it wasn't good for him. We had to go too, but no, Gene, I don't like to fight. I can. I just don't like to. I have been called coward, asshole, all kinds of shit from walking away from fights. Well, because first off, there's some people that didn't kick my ass. I'll never think there's not. But I've done a lot of ass kicking in my time, and I have this thing. Once I get to a certain point, it's it. I'm going to fuck you up no matter what. Even if it costs me something, I'm going to fuck you up. I can't help myself. So I just don't fight. I did. I punched that guy, knocked him off his horse that night. You fucker out there. No, David, my friend David, he went to jail. He last I had seen him, he had like 22 NOPDs on top of him. He was still whooping their asses. He was Laos Special Forces. No, that was different. Special Forces is one thing, and even SSPs, which I was in, where you go save the Special Forces is another thing. But these guys were far beyond any of that shit. Their orders were to go into Laos every night and kill as many people they could by hand and come home. And they never lost anybody in 3 years. He wouldn't even tell me what his Sid almost told me one night what their count was, and that he was so embarrassed to say it that he never talked about it again.
Probably classified anyway. Because we weren't supposed to be in Laos.
Yeah, well, that was the whole point. We weren't in Laos, as far as we knew. I said, "But guys, we weren't in Laos." He said, "Yeah, Joe, sure we weren't."
Well, yeah, no, we were. We have the Marines have two of these groups. One group is called Recon. The other group is called Force Recon. Yeah. Group Recon does what you'd expect. They do reconnaissance behind enemy lines, 1 mile to 50 miles behind enemy lines in groups of 4 to 8. Force Recon works 51 to X infinity number miles behind enemy lines, and they work in groups of 1 or 2. And I knew one of these gentlemen, and these gentlemen were given a toothbrush and a box of bullets and a gun and dropped off with no radio, no support, no air support, no nothing. And same thing Joe said, they go back behind enemy lines and they cause as much chaos and destruction as they can, killing people and disabling equipment as much as they can. And then they come back in a few days or weeks, depending on how long they're supposed to be out there, and they operate by themselves off the land, no supplies but a gun and bullets. That's it. And when they run out of bullets, they come home.
Yeah, it's very.
They're badass people. You don't want to fuck with these people.
Oh no! The reason I was telling you that is because he got mad that night. The guy ran into him with the horse. The cop did. He took like the 4 guys off the horses. All the cops that were. I'm not kidding you. He was dropping cops left and right. The only reason he stopped is I screamed at him. And he just, my voice brought him out of whatever darkness he was in. He thought he was back in Nam, guys. I've seen him flash out a couple of times. He was going to start killing people. I was like, whoa, David, you're not going to kill no cops in New Orleans now. You ain't going to get out of jail down here. They'll kill you before you get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And but I still remember that we went to court and the judge is up there and the judge said something. And David, he's like 6'1", probably $185. He's not a real big guy. And the judge looked at him, looked at cops, and all these cops were looking. David didn't even have a fucking mark on him. These cops are all busted up. And he kept looking. He said, let me get this right. He said, it's like 22, 23, 24 y'all in here. And y'all couldn't take this one skinny bastard? And he looked over and he said, case dismissed. Get out of my courtroom. He said, obviously, he didn't even want to know what's going on. He's like, get out. He said, no, this is ridiculous. Because even they were, he just couldn't get it through his head that's how it went down. Well, Carly, them boys were trained. Well, I'll tell you a little secret. Training's a weird thing. So there's been a couple times in my life where my training has slipped. And this could, even people regular boot camp, sometimes your training slips. So I was in the kitchen one day cooking, and we had a big kitchen at this place we were at, and my son was home with a couple of his friends, and Jason's a big boy. He's like 6'1", 6'2", good looking kid, nice kid. Gone now, unfortunately, died young. But I was in the kitchen and he grabbed me around my waist and my neck before I realized it. It's a good thing I didn't have everything sharp in my hand. It was I spun him around, slid him up my cabinets, had him by these 3 fingers around his windpipe. One-handed sliding him up the fucking cabinet. He had to be at least $170. And he looked at me and I looked at his eyes and I was like, oh, fuck. And I just let him go. Hadn't even raised his hand yet. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I felt bad for months after that. It's well, Chris, because you don't want to do those kind of things. Yeah, every now, but it does. It breaks out sometimes. You just
But
gotta watch.
that's also part of the problem. Why, particularly veterans who've been to combat areas where they've had to kill and or use their skills, coming back to civilian life, you know, your best buddy might come up to you at a bar and, you know, slap you on the back real quick. And that could trigger a PTSD moment where you're back in the shit and you wind up putting your buddy through a brick wall. So it's very, very hard to like not only uncondition those conditions, but it's also almost impossible to untrain yourself against any kind of trigger that would cause those kind of reactions. It's a tap on the shoulder. It's your son comes around and gives you a bear hug around the throat. Any one of those kind of
once you've been in the
could
shit,
wind up being, a very dangerous situation for the untrained person.
Yeah, once you've been in the shit too long, that kind of stuff would happen. No, not with me, Chris. Mine was just reflex training. Because when you're trained, you're just trained. That's all I can say. I mean, it should happen.
It's the same kind of training that military men get, policemen get, firemen get. With the policemen, we see, because it's not quite the same kind of conditioning. It's similar, but not quite as intense.
Oh, it's a little girly training, man.
Yeah, it's not quite as intense as in the military, but furtive moves. Like if you're, if the police are trying to arrest you and you go like this, well, they're going to shoot you because they think you're grabbing a gun. You may be reaching for a wallet. They don't know what's inside your jacket. They're trained to react to that kind of thing. So you have to be very, very careful. Another thing with this recent car shooting, what happened with that officer is that he probably was no longer consciously thinking. It was his training kicked in, snapped in. He's probably aware of what's going on, but he's not thinking, I'm going to shoot this stupid bitch in the head. Guarantee that's not going on. It's like he got hit. Bam, bam, bam. That's exactly how it was, and it's 0.27 seconds or something. However it is on the video, it's very, very quick. The shooting incident. That's all training. That's all. It was all reaction. It wasn't his brain saying this bitch is dead. It was she hit him, and his training kicked in, and he went bam, bam, bam.
No, John. I mean, it's training. And they try to decommission you or decompress you when you get out because you're trained. You honestly,
you're trained to kill. You can snap a person's neck like that.
It doesn't matter what branch of your service, and everybody goes in to learn how to kill. Even a guy who's going to be working a desk behind with typewriters his whole time, he's still trained to kill. He may not be good at it. He may not want to do it, but he's still trained to do it. I could kill you in a heartbeat. Just wouldn't even know it. You'd be dead before you hit the floor. You'd be like, what? Did he just kill me? Yep. As you go, God, what just happened? But Joe just killed you. That's what happened, you dumbass. You should have said that. Anybody can kill anybody, David.
And I always bring up the argument, particularly when it comes to shootings, school shootings. Some maniac goes out on a shooting spree. Look, take a woman and have her dump her purse out. I will find you at least 15 different weapons that in common household items that are just in a person's purse, a woman's purse, that can be instantly turned into deadly weapons. Pencils, scissors, a handful of keys.
Keys work good, especially if at one point you key outward, man. They work good.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how many different things can be used as weapons. And if you look at statistics on crime, what weapons are used the most? You're going to the number one is going to be knife. Number two is usually going to be fists or physical control, grabbing, that kind of thing. And number 3 is going to be tools, screwdrivers, hammers, wrenches, you name it, any kind of small hand tool that you can put in your hand that has any kind of heft or weight to it. A hammer is a dreadful weapon. Look, if you have a gun and a hammer, you have one guy's got a gun, one guy's got the hammer, and you have a policeman in front of you with bulletproof armor. The guy with the gun's not going to do much. If he shoots the guy in the bulletproof armor, okay, he might break a rib, bruise some skin, whatever. The guy with the hammer hits that guy's bulletproof armor. He's going to not only break a rib, he's going to knock the guy's wind out of him and knock him unconscious with just 1 or 2 hits. The hammer, just a common claw hammer, is much more effective against bulletproof armor and metal armor, like plate armor that the knights used to wear. That's why we went from having knives to using sticks with big metal balls on the end. It damaged the armor. And the guy inside was like tuna fish.
Carolyn, I'll tell you this. I would fight until there was no more fight. I have seen where sometimes they tell people when they're being molested or being raped or whatever not to fight because it could make it worse. No, I'm going to tell you a secret. You poke, you kick, you go for the eyes, ears, every chance you get. You take your fucking heel off and beat him in the fucking side of the head with it. Don't give up because you never know when you get the lucky shot in and that motherfucker's going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no. Well, no, women rape women. The men rape women. Unfortunately, yeah, it happens more to women than we realize until recently. But I don't. You mean being gay? We're not going to get into that tonight because I don't have any stats in front of me. I know some pretty mean dykes. I was friends with a couple of them actually. They're some mean bitches. They're all gone now. Yes, unfortunately, they're all gone. They've all passed away, mostly from drugs. Yeah, well, there's a lot to deal with. What I'll say. My nephew is gay. He's was a billionaire until he passed away just recently. Not from drugs. He just old ass fucker. Shit happens. But you know, I will tell you this again. Always fight. I'll grab whatever you can grab. Get whatever you get your hands on. Sticks, hands, doesn't matter. It's claws. Just kick, punch, bite, scratch. Whatever it takes. What do you mean, Denise? He's going to kill you. He's going to probably do it anyway. Then, if he kills you, he's going to probably was planning on killing you anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he's going to kill you, it's going to happen regardless. However, whether you succumb to the attack or not, your best bet is to, like Joe says, fight as hard as you can until the end.
Or do like country girls doing, carry guns and say, "Excuse me, motherfucker!" Pow! Oh, you won't be doing that no more. No, Chrissy's Southern girls carry guns, baby, big time. Most of them carry this particular model right here. This one right here, not this particular gun, but this particular type of gun. It's a 380 is what that is. And most of them carry that. It's not too heavy. It's pretty accurate. It's got about the same kick as a 9mm.
It's good for close range, self-defense. Yeah. If you got a guy in a car, it's going to bounce off the windshield and that kind of thing. Not good for shooting behind cover, but most attacks are going to happen within 21 feet. Most times when you're grabbed, it's going to happen within 5 to 6 feet. That's about the length it takes to reach forward and grab somebody. So having that handgun handy and out in those ranges, it changes the course of the event.
Amount of time. Most times when a guy sees a woman with a gun, that's usually enough for him to leave. Because he don't know how you're going to react, how crazy you are. If you're just going to start, you don't fucking die.
Yeah.
Well, that one has 9-10 rounds in it. So.
Well, and also some guys, their idea of a woman shooting is that the woman shoots like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the truth of the matter is, in most every instance, even for a first-time shooter, women tend to be more accurate from the beginning than men do.
Well, just remember, guys, in the South, to carry a concealed weapon, you have to go to school for it. You have to go shoot. So they teach you how to shoot properly. And even then, they still offer courses for people down here, first-time shooters and stuff like that, to get out there and understand what, it doesn't help you have a gun if you don't know how to use the fucking thing. They beat the shit out of that guy in New York because he didn't know how to take that off of safety.
But also carrying concealed adds another layer of difficulty because you have to reach inside or behind, underneath clothing, and properly get it out. And I was trained by special force guys how to draw without losing your weapon. And the thing is that they would have to teach you that too. The way I was taught from this position is to, once it comes out of the holster, you don't bring it out. You run it along your body, and then when you get to your other hand, you drive your other hand together like that, so that now you have both hands on it. And by learning that and training on that whenever I draw my weapon, that's what I do. Is I do exactly like that. I don't go like this. That's just stupid. It puts your hand out there so someone can hit it and knock the gun away. But you go like that, now they can't. There's just certain tricks that you have to know, and without knowing them, having a concealed carry license for a civilian without any kind of training could be quite fatal.
Could be.
I mean, hammer gets hung up on the jacket on the way out. Boom, you're dead. I mean,
you mean Martha? No, Martha got 31 rounds in her, along with it.
You only need one, Joe.
I think I got 10 clips with over 1,000 rounds. So yeah, we ready.
You only need one bullet, Joe.
No, I mean, I'm waiting for the zombie apocalypse, buddy.
Oh,
I even got exploding holotips in there, man, just to be on the safe side. And then I get on my
the thing with you don't need exploding tip bullets with zombies because they're gooey anyway. Their heads explode.
Yeah,
usually
I don't want to be slicing them all their heads off with my sword.
You need a 22, though. I mean, they're so gooey.
I need more than 22, but 22 don't do nothing but penetrate and come out the other side. They make hollow points for 22, Jim. Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
They make all sorts of hollow points for 22.
Lead round nose, non-lead round nose, semi-lead round nose. There's so many different types of bullet heads. It's unbelievable.
You want to irritate your friends or your cows or your hogs or something? Go get you a 22 rat shot, not rifle, pistol. Rifle's got a little bit more pack to it, so it might penetrate your skin a little bit. It ain't gonna go in much, even if it does. It's rat shot, man. These tiny little flakes of pellets.
It's basically a shotgun shell for a handgun.
It's kind of funny the way the pellets are.
Comes in rat shot or snake shot. There's different names for it.
You mean field rifle? What would I want? Ooh, man, 30-06 Ruger bolt action.
Similar. I would take a Ruger M4 with a collapsing metal stock.
I kill you with that a mile away. You won't even hear the bullet. You won't even get it. You won't even really hear the whiz at that range.
The bullet will hit you before the report from the gun going off will hit you.
Yep. Well, generally you hear a little whiz, James, when the bullet goes. Oh, I've heard many bullets go by my head. They go zip, zip. The weird sound they make. And the first time I ever heard it, I was like, what the fuck was that? And then I realized somebody was up shooting at targets while we were down in the river. I was thinking, oh shit, we were like 15, 16 years old. I was like, this motherfucker gonna kill us.
What kind of bug is that? Oh shit, it's a bullet.
That was a little in the crate. Then we all pulled out our guns, started shooting in the air, and they immediately quit. Like, oh, it's the Hatfield and the McCoys. We better chill. Man, when you living in the country, everybody's got a fucking gun. Down here in the South, in the city, everybody's got a gun. And let me tell you what, open carry is legal down here. So like in the pizza joint, I was telling you where the two girls, they were open carrying.
Yeah.
One had their little pink.
Open carry here in the state of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, you can carry concealed too. In Mississippi, you don't have to have permit to carry concealed. Yes, the only place they don't want you carrying concealed is in the casinos and the banks. Even though there's actually not actually a law about the banks, but I used to forget all the time walking on I'm with like 5 guys, big payroll, right? And I brought him because I knew I was getting a bunch of cash. I had about 40 grand cash because it's right after the storm was paying everything cash. So I go walking in the bank, and I'm wearing. I didn't realize I was wearing my gun, but I was wearing it. And this like 5 guys look like something out of one of these fucking movies, mobster movies, or something. Walking. Do the thing, give them the paperwork. Here comes my money, right? People are looking at us and staring at us. I'm like, what the fuck? And then Johnny comes up and said, Joe. He said, one of the guards there. I'm like, what's up, man? He said, you got your gun on. I'm like, what do you mean I got my gun on? I'm thinking like it's flashing or something. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. And I looked and I said, oh, fuck, I threw my shirt out. He's like, dude, I said, hey, I forgot I had it on. That 380, though, like that 25 I used to carry, and that little 25, you'd forget you had the 25 with you.
Mm-hmm.
You'd fit in the pocket anywhere. They're little fucking things.
They don't weigh much.
No, little 25s are cool. I walked in casinos with them, banks with them. I never realized. We forget I had it. No, what I honestly just forget it was in my pocket and go walking around with the damn thing. Well, when Linda was pregnant with little Joe, she used to wear my down jacket, and I always kept one of them in the front 2 pockets of my down jacket. So it'd be cold outside, we'd be on Bourbon Street, and her belly's like huge, so I'd be reaching my arms in there and get warm. And of course, there's a gun in there. I'm like, baby, you can't pack it. It's just little Joe's packing. Let's little Joe packing this. Which, by the way, he does pack. Oh, my son carries it. My daughter-in-law runs a security company. She packs a gun too. I think their brand is Glock. I think that's what they're carrying these days. Ain't nothing wrong with Glock.
I never enjoyed them. They're too light. I couldn't shoot it accurately.
Beretta makes a good gun. Actually, this can it's a surprise to me. So until I really get a chance to break it in, I can't really tell y'all. The gun, I've had the gun 4 years. You don't even wonder how many rounds I shot out of it. You would be embarrassed if I told you. I would actually embarrass y'all. Yes, I would. 2 rounds. Usually by now, I had dumped 1,000, 1,500, 1,800 rounds out of a gun.
You shot 2 rounds through that gun only?
That's it. So it's not even prepared to go out into the real world because a cannon cannot shoot a low compression round. So they have to be like 130 grain or higher to shoot. It prefers like a 140, which I actually have 1,000 rounds of that. But still, I've got a bunch of the other ones because I didn't know in the beginning. So the guy said, all you can do is just go out and shoot 400 or 500 rounds, and it'll finally release the slide enough that it'll work right with a low round gun, low round charge. It's a target pistol. It wasn't designed for crappy charges. Yeah, it was designed for high end charges, which just means it's accurate as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons I bought it. It's a target pistol that's actually a field pistol. And you don't have to. So a Glock, in order to get a Glock to shoot like this gun, you're gonna spend $2,000-$3,000 in extras. You're gonna buy this whole kit on this gun for $650. Well, it may have gone up by that, but it was $650 when I bought it. It came with the cleaning kit. Came with 3 different triggers. Came with 2 different ways to set up your laser scope. It's nice. Come with a couple other things besides that. Right now I've got a 3-pound trigger. It's got a 2-pound trigger. I ain't never going back on there again. Yeah, I would just cock it, take the bullets out and cock it, see just to see that son of a bitch. It would shoot. It was a dangerous. Well, it's for targets. When you're target shooting, you want something like that. So you just pop, 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 pop. It also allows your gun to be more accurate because you're not putting any pressure. I got a 3-pound trigger on it now. It's also got a 5-pound trigger.
There are, for the audiences, just a FYI, there are several different leagues, IDPA, IPSC, there's SAS, it's a cowboy shooting societies that do all kinds of stuff. And then with IPSC and IDPA, they have different categories of guns. They have out of the box, they have modified, and then they have race. And they call it's like a car race guns, not guns designed to kill a particular race of person, but they call them race guns because you can race through the magazine.
Yellow, green, alien.
And so they're so fast. I shot one once, but this one guy that I shot IPSC matches with, he had this race gun, and throughout the whole day he was getting stovepipes, which is the bullet catches in the slide on the way out. It doesn't go all the way out. It jams in the gun, so you have to clear it and then go again. His magazine fell out 2 or 3 times as he was changing magazine. Boom, fell out. You don't have any bullets to shoot. And towards the end of the day, the blade sight on the front of his gun fell off. And he was asking me why I shoot my gun straight out of the box. Why is this that? And I said I shoot my gun straight out of the box in these competitions so I can learn how to use my gun that I bought at the store unaltered, unchanged, to defend my home. He's like, oh, that's cool. Try this. And he asked me why I wasn't interested in his kind of gun. I said, well, look at all the stuff that happened to yours. You had stovepipes, your magazines fell out, and your front sight fell off. Why would I want to spend $5,000 on a piece of shit gun that falls apart and want to go shoot somebody with it?
Yeah, that's because they don't know how to put those guns together when they're using them. But
yeah,
I was using my Mike's got a Koenig. I was using it, and Jimmy and I were shooting. Jimmy's got a $3,800 Glock. I was kicking his ass. And the Glock I was using, the Koenig I was using, a little bit different than mine is. It's the handle shape is a little tad bit different, but it didn't matter. Chris, because I learned how to shoot. Okay, first off, Chris, I learned how to shoot before I went in the military. Yes. All my shooting skills come pre-military.
The Bayou.
It's one of the reasons I got picked up because I got my marksman, sharpshooter, and sniper's badge the first time up. And with an M14, no less, a crappy old ass. I was shooting shots way longer than I should have been with that gun. He was like, I still remember my command. He looks at me, he says, where the fuck did you learn how to shoot at? I said, in the bayou. He looked at me like, what? I said, yeah, I learned how to shoot in the bayou. I said, because I didn't like walking through the water. I'd find a good long range shot. I seen something like out of the what was that deer hunter movie? We were out duck hunting one afternoon, crawfishing and duck hunting actually. And we were sitting in the pirogue, and I looked up and I seen this big, massive rack across the bayou. I mean, it was massive. And I looked in the boat and I said, I got a 30-30. There's no way I'm going to make that shot from here. And then I remembered I had the 30-06 and I had it all covered up. Popped it open. I said, all right, I'm going to kill this son of a bitch. And I looked down, it's got 140 grain heads. I'm like, I just put it up. One, it wasn't going to make the shot. And if it did make the whole length of that bayou shot, it was going to hit the damn deer like a mosquito and bounce off. I was like, well, if I had my 180 grain and my 240 in there, he would have been lunch. What do you mean killing Bambi? You fucking right. Bambi tastes good. If you have not eaten Bambi, you should go out and eat some Bambi. You look at Bambi a whole different way. Thumper too, man. Thumper tastes good too.
Yeah, rabbit's not too bad if you can get past the number 11 buckshot.
Oh, see, we always squirrel and rabbit we hunted with a 22, or but when we were hunting them out of a moving car, we hunted with I think number 5 and number 8 shot.
Yeah.
And Jay's right, because you got to sit there and make sure you get every piece out of there. You go,
yep. Still
BB. Plus, it leaves a funky taste in there.
Yeah.
What is that, Winston? No, I grew up hunting.
There is, you can, I don't know how many people do it, but you can buy, instead of lead shot, you can get copper shot. It's just copper pellets instead of lead, and it may not leave as nasty of a taste, but same problem. You got to pick them out.
What's the longest shot I ever made? Probably 1.25 miles, maybe 1.4. That was a simulation sniper for the U.S. Navy. I was shooting. I don't even know what I was shooting. I was it wasn't. I want to call it a 308, but it wasn't. It was like a modified. It kind of felt like an odd 6, but it was modified. It was a higher charge, higher round. It wasn't an M1. No. That was like some weird number.
I was lucky enough to shoot an M1 Garand once, but it was the box magazine version, not the end clip version, which is the end clip version had this weird, is shaped like an N, it held your bullets, and it went through the top. And when you were done, it would go ding, and it made this distinctive noise that the Germans got used to. And they would wait to hear that noise, and they would stand up and start shooting at us because they knew we were out. Then that's why they expedited and made the box clip versions for it like almost right away. And that's when you get the M4A1.
Well, no, Gene, there's 2 M1s. There's an M1 rifle and an M1 carbine. Yes. Yeah, Jay was actually talking about the carbine version.
The M1A1 Garand, yeah.
They just call it carbine. It's just because that's what it was. But no, M1 made a rifle. It made a bolt action rifle, which was extremely accurate and extremely good. But the M1 itself was a beast of a gun. It was better than the M16 was. It was more like it was more like the P90s they use on Stargate. Matter of fact, it could have been made to be shaped like that, actually.
The difference is what makes it a carbine is it's usually any rifle that has a barrel length less than 20 inches is generally considered a carbine.
Yeah, and there's something to do with the air cooling too. I've shot a lot of different guns. You'd be surprised. I've shot some cannons. Yeah. I've shot. I've used hand grenade launchers and other type of launchers, and they teach you all that shit when you're in service. Even when you know what's funny about it. Even before I got my TTS to get promoted to where I went for special school, even in regular training, they teach you most of that. Yeah, they want you to be able to shoot. They want you to be able to save the guy next to you if he's bleeding to death. If somebody's drowning, they want you to know how to do CPR.
Yeah, especially if the guy next to you is using a different type of weapon and yours is no longer usable, and he drops, you can grab his weapon and know how to use it. If you're not familiar with the different types of weapons on the battlefield, even the enemy's weapons, which we found out in World War II, a lot of soldiers were grabbing Lugers off the German officers and German soldiers, and winding up injuring themselves to the effect of even killing themselves accidentally with these things because they weren't trained on how to use them. And in order to survive the battlefield, it's very helpful to know how to operate just about any weapon you're going to encounter, your side or their side.
No, Michael.
You got muted somehow again, Joe.
No, I was just whispering. That's all.
Oh.
That's it. I was saying nobody likes to be shot at.
Yeah. Well, some people are, but they're crazy.
Oh, I tell you what, I was out hunting with a friend of mine. Just before I went into service, we were a place called the Hog Farm, but we used to go crawfish, and there was a lot of hogs out there, red Russian boars, all sorts of stuff. So we were out there one day, we were hog hunting. We put out the stuff, and this big old hog come up on the thing, and like, dude, you sure you got him? Yeah, I got him. I was standing in the back of the truck, and I had my 30-06 with my head slung over my shoulder. And so he grabs a 20 gauge with a slug in it. He's looking at this pig is coming down. It's a pig, did in the fucking head. Pissed the pig off. Pissed this big 500 fucking pound hog off, and he started charging. I was like, oh shit.
Uh-oh.
So my boy grabs a 12 gauge. I got him. So you sure? He's like, yeah. Fuck, that hog got even pissed. I was like, dude, you're gonna get us killed. And he's about to shit, and I don't know what to do. He jumps in the back of the truck. He said, can he flip the truck? I said, you gotta be shitting. Look at the size of this dude. He said, what are you gonna do? I said, hold on. I take out the 36, drop out the truck. Exploded his heart. He slid right up to the truck. Your boy said, what? You didn't shoot him in the head? I said, no, because the hog's head's this fucking thick. Dude, I shot him in the heart. Where it's about this thick.
Yeah.
Really? I'm like, I said, who taught you how to hunt, man? He's like, well, how'd you make that shot? So I aimed at him and shot his ass. There ain't that much 30-06 can't kill.
Yeah.
you can use them on elk and other things. Well, no, they have big. Well, 50, of course, a 50 cal's way bigger, dude. I mean, the fucking bullet's this big. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and the designation 30-06 is that it's a 30 caliber bullet that came out in 1906.
You mean like a 30-30 round, Jack? No, 30-30 is a little different. First off, 30-30 bullets are never much longer than this.
Much shorter. And those were 30 caliber bullets that came out in 1830.
It's a oh no, they're beasts of a. Oh no, I had a clip one. I had what you call them? I had the damn
lever action.
Yeah, I had the lever action with the clip on it. No, well, it didn't come like that. I had a friend and put it on there for me. So he welded it on there where I could move it back and forth. It was like the rifleman thing, man. So I put the clip out and just put the clip down one shot at a time. And put the clip on. He was badass.
I saw a dude, and I didn't really look at it that deep, but he had a lever action rifle on YouTube that had been tricked out. I mean, it was like probably a $10,000 or $12,000 rifle, but it was all smooth, and he was like, I mean, like super fast with the lever, and it was like he must have had just in the lever action alone $5,000 worth of work.
Well, see, but the trick with the lever is, see, on mine, there was a clip. So every time you pulled the lever in, it grabbed the trigger and shot it. So you didn't have to. That's what made it so fast. And they got that off of a TV show called The Rifleman way back in the day. And then they came out with toys like that.
Yeah,
they came out with toys like that. But this was yeah, I think the show was called The Rifleman. He was badass with this rifle.
Chuck Connors, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was no, actually I never watched it that much, but I like this rifle.
In the opening sequence, he's like from the hip, bam, 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 bam.
I owned a lot of rifles. I had a 308, a nice 308. I had a 270.
And speaking of lever actions, I have a nice 45 Colt lever action Winchester carbine, 1892 model.
I don't have any old ones anymore. I had a 1890 elephant gun. It was a 10 gauge. It was about yay tall, double barrel. It only had a 6-inch wooden stock on it. First time I shot it, they laughed their ass off because it knocked me like 10 feet down on my ass. Well, I didn't. Stupid me pulled both barrels.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
But I was like 10 or 12 at the time. I started using it. So one afternoon I was fucking around, and I had a 10 gauge slug in it, modified Magnum slug in it, and shot at a pine tree about this big, and shattered the fucking tree. I was like, wow, this thing is badass. That was just one slug.
Yeah.
Now I can see why they used it for elephants. Well, it had the long barrel on it for long reach. You got to remember, it was a slug. It was slugs don't have all that much reach. So the longer the barrel, the more reach you're going to get out the slug.
Yeah, the more spin you'll get, especially if it's a rifled barrel.
What's like 357 Magnums, dude? They're not made for long range. They're made for up close and personal killing. Within 10 or 15 feet of each other, yeah. 9mm and 45s, and even Desert Eagles are made for up to 50 yards, maybe 60 yards. After that, the accuracy falls off a lot, and the power falls off a lot. Or if you're shooting somebody in the water and they're more than 5 feet down.
Yeah, 45 Colt, for example, the cowboy round I have at 75 yards, I was able to hit, not a normal size Colt, but a big, like, I don't know, the kind of coffee can you might have at a restaurant to keep people in coffee. I was able to hit a can that size from 75 feet away accurately, but a couple times the bullet tumbled or keyhole. So instead of going through straight, it went through sideways, and you get the perfect, silhouette of a bullet. So after a certain amount of time, the bullet slows down enough that it's no longer lethal, could possibly maim the target you're shooting at. So that brings in another thing. If you're in a self-defense situation and they're too far away and you shoot them and maim them or injure them severely with a slowed down bullet, even though they were the ones breaking the law, they could probably very easily sue you for all kinds of things. So you got to really, when you're going to buy a gun, you need to do a lot. I did probably 2 years worth of research before I decided on buying a gun, and on which kind and what caliber and all that stuff. So and then you have to look up the laws in your local area. Can you carry concealed? Can you carry open? Can you carry Magnum? Can you carry not Magnum? There's some cities have weird laws where you can't carry anything. Up in Washington, D.C., for example, you're traditionally not allowed to carry a gun, period. Open carry, concealed carry at all. Yet people still do.
Well, because the Constitution, you have to allow them to carry a weapon. So
technically, by the Charter of Washington, D.C., guns are not permitted, but yet it's one of the most violent cities in the country.
Well, not anymore. It's not.
Well, not anymore. It used to be. Yeah, that's true.
Well, but we're leaving, so we'll see how long it's going to go before it's back to let's kill everybody.
We'll see. Yeah.
Jimmy, I had a 1911. I actually wish I wouldn't have got rid of it. I miss it sometimes. I mean, they only hold 10 or 11 rounds, but I think it was 11 rounds actually.
No. They hold 8, 7 in the magazine, 1 in the pipe. I had a 1911 9 millimeter, and that one held 10. 9, 1 in the magazine, 9 in the magazine, 1 in the pipe.
You had one of them pussy clips. It's
yeah, it was silver too. Yeah.
Well, Jesse, all guns can have extended clips, but what's interesting is the 1911. There's 2 clips you can buy that'll extend 2, 3, or 4 bullets that you don't really see coming at the bottom. But once you get more than that, you will see, like mechanic, when the 31 round clip, it actually sticks this far out the bottom of my gun. You actually can use it for a handle. If I had the 50 round clip in there, you could actually use it as a full handle. Yeah. Some of them even come with a rubber grip on it right there. Well, 9 millimeters is only as fast as your finger.
And the trigger.
45. And a 45. It's I liked my 1911s. The problem is it doesn't have any really more knockdown power than a 9 millimeter. It doesn't really shoot any better. It doesn't even shoot as far actually, but
yeah.
It's
so the way it works, 9 millimeter, 10 millimeter to a degree, 357 Magnum, 38 Special. Those 4 particular calibers have very similar operating parameters. The difference is that 38 Special, being shot at a moving vehicle, in most cases will careen off the radiator, will careen off the shield, off the windshield, and will careen off door panels and metal. The 357 Magnum, which is the next bullet up from that, will penetrate the radiator but stop cold of killing the engine. It will ricochet off of certain metal panels, but it will penetrate the windshield and the side glass windows. 9 millimeter, depending on the vehicle and the angle of the windshield, could careen off the windshield, but in most cases will penetrate it with very little deflection, hitting your target. But on the metal parts, same thing. It can deflect off areas. It won't go much past the radiator. You get to something like a 44 Magnum now, however, now you've got the punch power that you would think the 45 has, but no, the 45 is just as weak as the others. It's going to do the same type of damage. It's not going to go past the radiator. 44 Magnum will go through the radiator. It'll actually embed into the engine block, stopping the cylinders. So the bullet that this officer was probably shooting to Wednesday was probably a 9 millimeter.
Yeah, what was that, John? A Desert Eagle? Yeah, one of my son-in-law's got a Desert Eagle. The mini cannon is what it is.
Yeah, those are huge, impractical guns. I had one. They're not that much fun.
You mean double-handed? I shoot single-handed because in the military they don't let you shoot double-handed. Oh no, that's a big no-no in the Navy.
You can't have both your hands shot off.
Yeah. Well, the reason why is because I'm shooting. I need this hand for my knife and my machete, whatever else, or my other gun. Yeah, they want you. Well, no, you're just as accurate. You just gotta. It's like playing darts. You gotta develop your wrist. Once your wrist is developed, doesn't matter whatever size gun you're shooting. Now, when it comes to rifles, it's different because if you've never shot a big rifle before and that bitch kicks you, you didn't know you've been kicked. You're gonna be like, "Whoa, what just happened to you?" You can get a recoil stock for any gun, yeah. But when you shoot with a recoil stock, you don't always get the right feel of where your gun's going. Especially if it's a long ranger shot, yeah. I'm looking on my Remington 1100, my Remington automatic, 6-round, 12 gauge. I had a recoil stock on it. It was like, you wanted a recoil stock on that. So it didn't leave a big bruise on your shoulder.
I've got one on my Remington 870 called the Hogue Comp Stock. It's basically got like the equivalent of a bicycle gear and chains and a shock absorber inside the shoulder stock. And there's like a little rubber section about, 2 inches wide. You can shoot, extra heavy Magnum rounds all day long through that thing. You'd never feel it.
Yeah, that's why you want it. Favorite 12 gauge? Well, if we're talking about close encounter in quarter, I want one of them. Forget the damn name of the company now. It's a crowd control. Holds 9 shots. It's only about this tall. It's a 12 gauge. It's a badass.
Street sweeper.
Yeah, it's like the street sweeper, but it's a little different model. It's these guns are barely legally. They're barely legal. Matter of fact, which we can't get in because we got to get out of here. But when the FBI came for your boy in where the hell was he up there in this camp? They said he was making 12 gauge shotguns like that, but they were like an inch or two below the legal limit. They killed his wife, they killed his dog, they killed his kid. And when they got to court and measured the gun, it was 1/8 of an inch longer than it was supposed to be. Even the judge was like, "You didn't fucking measure the gun first?
Yeah.
Before you killed everybody?"
Right.
What the hell was that? I can't remember the damn name of that case.
Was it Dave, the guy thought he was Jesus?
No, that's a whole different case there.
Yeah,
this was that was the one they burnt down the complex and all.
Right, yeah, the Waco, Texas thing, I think.
Yeah. No, I used to keep all these cases in my head, but I use that space for other things these days. But we gotta go. No,
we're way past
tonight. No, Gene. No, we can go up to 1. That's our actual quitting time. So we can go anything in between there is where we can go. But we got to go. I'm going to go get something to eat, and then I'm going to crash. Well, I haven't been able to sleep because of this foot. Now I'm actually being able to sleep a little bit, so I'm trying to take advantage of it. I'll be on tomorrow on the Author's Quill. I already seen that Carmen sent me the guest, so I'll post that early in the morning so y'all can see it. And then we'll be back on the chat, firmly putting our foot in somebody's ass. Okay. And maybe we'll find about part 2 of the shooting. Who was this other shooting, and how did this go down? I mean, ICE can't just keep going around shooting people.
No, so the other one in Seattle, the one I can remember is Trendealagua or whatever that group is. Both shooting victims are attached to that group, and they attempted to ram Border Patrol, not ICE, with their vehicle, and more than one officer, I understand, took shots at the vehicle, injuring but not killing both passengers.
Yeah, well, I know they said they were suspected child traffickers.
There's some child protection orders or child abuse things, but the main thing they really stressed was that they were both the girlfriend, wife, whatever, husband, couple, pair were active gang members.
Caroline, before we go, most of the people being thrown out the country are criminals, and the ones that aren't are criminals too because they came in the country illegally. But
or they came here legally on a work visa, college visa, school visa, and they stayed well after the visa expired. That's also a criminal act.
Yeah, we're not throwing them out too much right now, but we're going to get to them too.
Well, they're getting some. They're not. That's not the main focus. If they're in there, if they happen to get into the focus when they're going after somebody else, we'll grab them. But for the main thing, bad guys only right now.
But so when y'all say due process, everybody that's in the country right now it was here illegally went in front of a judge. And that judge told them get out. That is their due process. There is no more due process.
Mm-hmm.
I always hear they get no due process. Yeah, they already got it. I say when y'all were talking about your boy, the Maryland dad, he got his due process. He went to court in 2017 and in 2019, and both judges told him get the fuck out.
It's the other myth or illusion that the left, the extreme leaning liberal left is putting out there. Is they're saying that the ICE agents and the Border Patrol agents are going out randomly grabbing and scooping people off the streets, which is illegal, by the way. Whether you're an illegal alien or a legal alien in this country, it is illegal to just randomly snatch people off the ground. What's happening is, like Joe said, the people that we're arresting have gone through all the due process. There are no more appeals. There's no more if, ands, or buts. You're gone. These ICE agents, these Border Patrol agents, have paperwork. It's called a warrant with a specific name. And probably in every case, when they have it, a picture that goes to that name. And that's the person they're going after. They're not randomly selecting people they're not randomly showing up to a restaurant with 15 SUVs surrounding the restaurant and going in blind to a restaurant whose interior lineup or makeup they're unaware of to arrest the entire kitchen staff. No, They're doing
don't come
due
arrest him
diligence,
while I'm
and
eating lunch.
they're researching the area. They have the floor plans of any building they're entering. They know what they're doing, and it's all 100% legal. They're not finding these guys by going down the street and grabbing people and seeing if you're legal or not. They already know who they're going after before they go after them.
And remember, people, Obama did this to the tune of what, 4 million people he kicked out the country.
Yep.
We know where. I think it was
Biden did it, but not to the level we're doing it today.
But Obama did it to a much higher level than we're doing it today.
But not as much as in your face as Trump is doing it.
No, it was in your face. Just the media didn't cover it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, I mean, a couple of them went down there to go see when they were separating children. Remember, they tried to put that on Trump when he took office.
Yeah, that's right.
Separate children, no, but they were
They
were into all of that. It was just Obama, so they were letting it go. That's all.
But that's part of the myth that's being projected by the left. Is they're saying Trump is the only one who's operating with ICE. Biden did it. Obama did it. Trump did it. Clinton did it.
And
Bush Jr. did it. Bush Sr. did it.
The Democrats are going to have to give up this Venezuela thing. So while Obama was president, he invaded 26 countries. Invaded 7 countries, attacked them 26,000 times, or 26,000 bombs that were dropped while he was in office. So in 7 different countries and a bunch of little wars going on. And then George Bush also did it, so did Clinton. So you're not going to get Trump on this, guys. Give it up. But it's just
anything different than any president
that they don't even go fucking do their homework. Really, we need new rules about what it takes to be a congressperson.
Yeah.
I mean, people, they need to know at least 50% of the Congress to serve.
Well, I mean, they have one of those things that it's like the LSAT and the MSAT. There's a math SAT, there's a medical SAT, there's a legal, like you want to be a lawyer or a judge SAT. Why don't we have these kind of tests? I mean, it's an aptitude test to see if you even qualify to even take this kind of program or school.
The motherfuckers a book to carry around with him, at least to check on what's going on.
Yeah,
I mean, I've heard Omar and AOC say things that I'm like, that's not Congress. What the fuck did you get that from? Even Zombie the other day is talking about shit, and I'm like, that's not the U.S. Congress, dude. You could get your ass in a world of trouble. What can you do?
There's not much. I mean, the amount of ignorance and stupidity that's mainly on the Democratic side. And I'm saying that the Republicans don't have stupid senators and whatnot. They do. It just seems that the ones that are the most vocal are coming from the blue side of the alley.
Right now, the Blues are causing a lot of trouble, and the numbers have been turning. They keep saying they're going to win in 26. Not what the numbers are. And then no, we're talking about the midterms in 20.
Oh, midterms. Yeah, no. They're not gonna do anything spectacular.
Major changes.
Here's what I would predict right now for you for the midterms this year. This is exactly what's going to happen. Every election that's supposed to expected to be turned blue is going to stay blue. Maybe 1 or 2 changes. I doubt it, but possibly. Every market where it's supposed to be a red decision, a red city, red state, whatever, is going to remain red. You may see a few more places pop up red than other, but for the most part, it's not going to be that much different.
You're going to see what happens, guys.
Democrats aren't going to win it.
But anyway, we're going to get out of here with 20 minutes to go to Jay. It's 2 o'clock in the morning for Jay.
Yeah, it's 1:38 a.m.
But anyway, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's news on the flip side. If you have any moans, groans, bitches, or complaints, write them.
Michelle DeRoche.
I was thinking they should write to Michael.
Oh, yeah.
What was his last name? I forgot his last name all of a sudden.
Angley?
Right to Michael Angley. There you go. Anyway, we really got to get out of here. I want to thank everyone again for tuning in to United Public Radio News on the flip side. Come see us tomorrow. I'll be here on the Arthur's Quote. We'll be here on the chat after that. Just getting into things. Oh, and a good friend of ours, Emily, has been sending me, Amelia, I'm sorry, have been sending me recipes that we'll be talking about tomorrow night.
Food porn!
That's right.
You know what? We didn't bust into food porn tonight.
We talked a little bit about it. Somewhere along the line, we talked a little bit of tonight, but not a lot.
Did we?
But,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, but just not like this much. But anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here. Y'all have some fun. Enjoy your lives. Again, just get out there and have some fun. We'll see y'all all tomorrow. Good night, everybody. If I can find the off button, we'll say good night, everybody.